Not so strong suit. That's oh, save. I get advantage on that. I don't know if it was
42, because it doesn't matter.
Okay.
You okay?
Please don't crit fail. Please don't crit fail. Please don't crit fail. Please do not crit fail.
23. Yay. I cannot wait until I can get ability score improvements again.
28.
Scoot.
34.
Okay. It shouldn't be too terrible. Let's find out how terrible it is.
Yay. Terrible.
What the? Uh-oh. What's going on here?
What's happening?
Oh, I wasn't loaded into the proper Roll20. Okay. I don't know why these are all minimized, though. I don't think he really needs to
It's
save.
420 blaze it, boys.
Okay, let's see.
He took a sip of her monster.
That's good.
I killed my monster.
Ouch. Okay, wow, they decided to do well.
Vodka down the hatch.
Okay. So, Mira and Nero, you guys fall unconscious off the dragon's back.
Yay.
Oh, nice.
Yay. Does my dragon save me?
Can I try to catch one of them?
I mean, wouldn't my dragon save us? She was a nice dragon.
I know she is. I want to clarify what's happening. For the rest of you, everything goes black.
Oh. No, I
Okay.
cannot save you. Bye,
Was
Felicia.
darkness cast on us?
No, you all lose consciousness. The wisdom save
Oh.
was to maintain position on the dragon, but
Wouldn't that be-
well, so I'm gonna need to roll some damage for Nero and Rogue. It's
Yeah.
gonna
Oh,
hurt.
come on!
Rip.
This is gonna hurt. Where are you at,
Whoa.
my D thingies?
Am I proficient in crash landing?
Am I-
Not when you're unconscious.
Dang.
Can we try to roll our unconscious bodies around?
No, we're unconscious. You crazy fool.
Oh, come on! I am
Can't,
crazy.
You
so-
can't.
Can a guy not dream?
Okay,
You can dream.
you
can
take
dream,
66
you can
damage.
roll around. Oh, that's
Follow
not
your
that bad.
dreams, man.
the two of you take
66.
66 damage.
Thanks. Okay.
I'm just gonna use my paladin ability land hands, so it's fine.
You can't do that right now.
Yeah, because you're unconscious.
You're unconscious.
Wait, do I have to be?
Yes.
You have to be conscious to use lay on hands. Yes, you have to be conscious to touch yourself.
You know what? I'm not gonna say anything. Not gonna say anything about
I'm
that
not
one.
either. I'm just gonna take the 66 and not say a word. I'm not gonna say a word.
Gotta be conscious to touch yourself, my dude.
That's such a D&D out of context.
It's a DM thing out of context. Damn it!
It is so amazing.
You have to be conscious to touch yourself. Oh, thank you, Mesa. I didn't know.
Oh god, if anybody ever does animations of these things way later down the line, like if we actually get popular, this is gonna be so stupid. This is gonna be Game Grumps animated garbage level of animation stupidity.
So, moving forward.
Yes, Noah, you must be conscious to touch yourself.
So,
Moving forward.
we crash land, and everyone else stays conscious enough.
No, they don't. Everybody
No,
goes
they can Stay
unconscious.
on the dragon. I apologize. Sorry, wrong word. Please. We're moving forward. So everyone's on the dragon except for us. We crash land. Where are you going?
Alright.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so group splitting.
Bye, I'll
again.
see you later.
Oh, okay. Moving on.
So we crash landed.
Well, we don't know if the dragon went unconscious.
Alright, so who to start with? You know what? Fuck it. We never get to do anything with Nero that much.
Oh no.
Nero,
Yes.
you are awakened to the sound of your harmonica being played.
What?
Uh-oh. The fuckery begins.
Who the fuck is touching my harmonica?
Why don't you find out?
It's your
After
wife.
all, you are like... I'm gonna need you to be quiet, Cheapy. I'm gonna need you to be quiet, Cheapy. You're not here.
Do I wake? I wake up, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I look to where sound is coming from. With
It appears
shock
to be coming from over a nearby hill. Or from... Or no, behind a nearby tree. There's trees in Dis. I forgot. Oh, I'm stupid.
I walk
Because
over to
Dis
the
is
tree.
flat.
Okay.
God,
Walk over
this sounds like I'm talking leak speak every time I say Dis is this.
Let me talk.
9.
I walk over to the tree slowly, because it's been a long time since he has heard the harmonica being played.
By somebody else, anyway.
Yeah, by somebody else. He goes toward the tree and goes around it to the left to see the person who's playing it.
Okay. Alright. You come upon a familiar face dressed in unfamiliar clothes. What do you do?
That's it.
What do you do? You're still too hazy to really put 2 and 2 together. After all, you did just fall like several hundred feet.
Fair enough, fair enough. I go up to the person. I guess I'm walking not steadily since my vision is still disoriented. Like, when I put my hand out, I was like, can I please have that harmonica back? It's very, very dear to me.
Back. I don't think I quite understand. This is my harmonica, is it not?
Nero looks at her still with the haze. He's like, or his eyes are closed. No. The only other person that's owned this harmonica is my dead wife. And sadly, she has passed on. So I always keep it with me to remember her by, and to remember everything that we did before she died. Now may I please have it back?
Strange. I never thought took you for a material person, Nero.
Nero's gonna still for a minute, hearing that voice, opening his eyes again. Out of context, my eyes are still hazy?
It's not blurry enough that you can't see the shape.
Okay. He's gonna look at her and he's like, how? Yeah, wait a minute. I've never been a material person.
If that's the case, then why are you so desperate to get this back from me?
Because it was one thing. It was one of the things that you left me with and told me to never let go.
I suppose I was a fool back then. She
Oh.
stands. To think... I should think that we should continue to hold on to things we no longer have the right to hold on to. It was a mistake.
A mistake to give me the harmonica.
No. It was my mistake thinking that we would be together for a long period of time. After all, it's even in the agreement, isn't it? Till death do us part. It's not exactly long when you think about it.
No. It's not, sadly. But even until death do us part, I did die after I lived my life, after you passed on. Which, unfortunately, I wasn't able to bring you back.
She shakes her head. People are given an allotted time. Once that time is up, their time is past. However, mine is already done. You still have so much more to do.
I don't think so. Beforehand, after you passed on, I lived my life as I could. I went around helping people, making people laugh, helping everyone out, saving kingdoms, met and killed dragons, met so many different people. And I lived my life.
You may not need the world anymore, Nero, but the world still needs you.
It's a funny way of showing it, to be honest. There's not many people. Granted, coming back, I have met a lot more people, made more friends, even adopted a daughter who, not the best at parenting with, but
Really?
I've tried my best.
I would have never guessed. Well, after all, our first excursion was not entirely what you would call successful.
Well, you put it like that, yeah.
Why have you
But-
come here, Nero?
I've came here to help my friends. Mainly because they need me. If they didn't, then they would not have asked me to come. My friends or people that I've come to know and cherish. Even though some of them have their odd quirks.
Do you still believe the world no longer leads you then? You've come here with a purpose.
I feel that I have, I guess, now that I've realized it. But here's my question though for you. How come I'm seeing you now out of the whole time? Because even in the past, I've tried to res you multiple times. And
It's easy to ignore someone at a distance. But when they show up on your doorstep, it's hard to say no to them.
I guess that's...
Reminds me of the several times I found you outside my door in the rain. Wet. Tired. Beaten. You really were kind of pathetic back then, you know?
Yeah, we all can't be strong, independent people. After all, sometimes you have to fall down to pick yourself back up.
Still, you did have a knack for taking naps in the mud outside my door. Whether
You wouldn't.
intentional or not.
Considering you never let me came in even out of the rain, yeah. Besides, I've grown to like the outdoors.
There's something coming. I've heard whispers of it. I couldn't tell you what. But something horrible is about to happen. And I believe you are needed to stop it.
If that's the case, then I'll try my best.
I can't drag you down any more than I already have.
Nero's gonna go up to her, put his hand on her waist and one up to her cheek, and say, You never did drag me down. You're one of the things that kept me fighting. I always kept thinking about you. Always gave me hope that one day I would be able to see you again.
Well, now you're going to need to find something else to fight for. Sooner or later, I won't be around even like this anymore. But the world will still need people like you. It doesn't have use for people like me.
Regardless, though, I'll always hold you in my heart, even as I continue on. And hopefully, in the future, we'll be able to see each other again.
She shakes her head. Some people want to be forgotten.
But what if I don't want to forget you?
What's needed sometimes isn't what we want, Nero.
If this is what you wish, then I will try.
You have friends that I believe are in need of you more than I. You should find them.
Then I will do that then. Farewell. Nero's gonna turn around and walk away.
Okay. Alright. I guess we're gonna need to move on to Scooty Doop.
Hello.
Are you alive? Are you ready to do some soul-wrenching
Only
shit?
on the out.
Are you ready to have some emotional dilemmas?
Hmm.
Join the club.
Every day of my life.
Okay. Alright. Okay,
Oh, unmute me.
What?
There we go.
What?
No, I was just unmuting her.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna do that.
What? She cut out when she said, now I'm gonna do something.
I muted myself, don't worry. Just keep going.
Oh, okay. Scoot. You awaken in what appears to be a very large ditch.
Fair. That's about where I expected Ash to end up anyway.
You feel your blood as if it is... You feel like as if your blood is burning, boiling even.
Well, time to get up and start trying to find my way back to the folk.
The pit you're in, the walls seem to be incapable of being scaled. And it is very dark in this pit.
Mhm.
So you can't really see anything around you.
I have dark vision.
Dark vision only sees in normal darkness. This is hell darkness. It is different.
Hell darkness is magical, yes?
Yes.
I can see through magical darkness. Warlock passive.
Warlock passive of a demon warlock. Unfortunately, you're in hell. They don't like demons.
Okay.
It's okay, just go with it. Just go with
Just
it.
go
Let
with
it
it.
go. Yeah, just let it
Okay.
go. Yeah.
So what do you decide to do? You appear to be alone in this pit.
Okay. Well, call out and see if I can find anybody. Not really anything else I can do.
Do you,
Except
when you
wander
call
around in
out,
the darkness.
you at first get nothing but your echo in response. But you hear a light moaning sound coming from the other side of the pit.
I go that way.
Okay. As you approach the moaning sound, you feel the heat inside your body seems to be rising.
Okay.
You approach what appears to be a collapsed figure. The figure's dimensions seem to be someone who's about 6'2". The robe they were wearing appears to be tattered and torn, but not in a sort of like, oh, this got roughed up over ages time. More like it was at one point too small. And the figure is lying on its stomach.
Rin? Ash is gonna kind of roll her over and get a better look.
The face is accurate enough. The hairstyle, everything fits. The body doesn't. Something's off. Well, very clearly off.
You don't say.
The figure appears to be A, much taller, B, much more mature.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
I'm not sure. Whatever happened, it seems that you're grown.
What?
Does Ash have anything like shiny or reflective other than, you know, the dagger and that's it?
I don't think so. You didn't specifically try to carry something like that, so I guess that's a no.
Well, I guess real quick, telepathically, he's gonna send her a snapshot. Be like, hey, this is you. I'm pretty sure this isn't some kind of an illusion.
Is this... Are you sure? I feel fuzzy.
Okay, out of character, I really want to say, well, you are a fox person, but I'm not gonna say that. Because that'd be really dumb.
Yeah, she's speaking in metaphor, you dumbass.
Wait, you don't say this. Are you... You hurt? Are you okay?
I don't think I... She sort of like pats herself down. I feel unusual, but pain wouldn't describe it. Happy, maybe? I'm not certain. These clothes are too tight.
Here. Ash is gonna remove his jacket. He's gonna kind of present it to her, I guess would be a good term.
Thank you, I suppose.
Well, I know that you want to have something, right? And I know the robe isn't exactly going to fit you very well anymore.
It's not exactly in a condition to... Where is it?
I don't suppose so. It's nice that we can almost see eye to eye now. Wouldn't you say?
It's definitely a different feeling. I need to apologize for what I've put you through.
Well, I suppose I did take things a bit too quick. That'd be a bit of an understatement.
No. I was making a mistake. I didn't know how to express my feelings. They were... You have made me feel different. Not a bad kind of different, just... I wasn't expecting everything to go so fast. I wasn't expecting this to go so fast, and now I've taken something from you that can never be given back.
Well, it wasn't taken. It was given. There's a difference.
She shakes her head. Even with the state you were in, you were at least still a human, for the most part. What I've done to you. It's intolerable.
I don't see it that way.
You may think it's simple, but I've placed a burden on you. One that can never be changed. And Ash, I need to know something.
Anything.
Are you sure you don't resent me at all?
Never. Well, how could I resent you, Rin?
Then I need to know. Why do you still love me?
Not exactly a simple question, is it?
I'm not asking for a simple answer.
I suppose that's fair enough. It's hard to describe. Hmm. I
I can physically hear the gears in Scoot's brain grinding.
Yeah, they just completely have stopped working. And then me constantly clearing my throat isn't the fact of me thinking. That's the fact that I'm sick.
I know, but at the same time, with the pause, I could just hear as you're like, shit, 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 shit.
Like, well, damn, I never put that much thought into it. I have no idea.
Well, you better think of something.
Yeah, you don't say.
What was the question she posed to us? That was
Why
so
do you love me?
Oh, that's a
Damn.
complicated question. Just think about the basics. It's like if a person asked you that in real life, just think about what would the
I
answer
think
be?
it's,
I mean,
I thought mine was hard to answer.
a lot of stuff that I'm thinking of right off the top of my head is just really simple. I don't want to give a simple answer.
The thing is people even every day in real life, they fall in love with the simple things. Like even if you answer something about a person that you actually care about in real life, that's normally going to be the answer. Is it seems so simple, but yet it's in the end it's the simplicity that becomes not so simple. Anyways, it's confusing, but love is simple. Just say what he would say.
Well, I mean, I suppose the first thing that he would probably bring up would be the fact that she's actually like really intelligent. So like, hmm. Ren, you're intelligent. You do have humor. I've seen it. You're fun to be around, even when you can be a little bit agitated sometimes. And I think the most important thing to me is your kindness. Mesa, do you remember how Ash would keep that sketchbook?
Mm-hmm.
So in Ash's eyes, one of the big, like, most important parts for
Shame that sketchbook burned to cinders.
yeah, that's true. But within the sketchbook, he had sketched his view of how he saw it. And I really wish that someone would have sketched it when I had asked about it.
You want to describe that view for me, and also because
Yeah,
we're recording this, so it'll give people a
right.
better understanding.
So, back in the ice cave, when we had fought the paladin from Bahamut, I believe he was a Bahamut paladin, the Dragonborn guy.
Mm-hmm.
Something that sort of shaped the way Ash viewed Rin was when she walked up and was, I don't know if cleansing is the correct word, but when she saved the ice dragon eggs. And in Ash's eyes, that was selfless, it was beautiful, and it kind of just defined how he saw Rin in that moment. So he's kind of gonna put that into words and show her his viewpoint of it, if that's possible. Like send her a still image of how he views it. Is that something I can actually do?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. So he's gonna send that. Rin, this is the moment that I knew you were the person that I want to be with. You weren't just the essence of purity. To me, you were a kind soul. Someone that I would love to be with. And I haven't changed my mind.
Your mind about that may not have changed, but the person you once... the person you fell in love with doesn't exist anymore. Instead, all that's in front of you is... this... thing.
You're not a thing, Rin.
Remember that time I ate the dragons on accident? The taste still hasn't left my mouth. And the worst part about it, at the time, it tasted so good.
Rin, just because you may have done something bad doesn't make you a bad person.
But I continued to do things bad. You saw what happened earlier. I only wanted to cleanse her, but instead I corrupted her mind beyond recognition. To force Salvin to do something like that, because I had messed up.
And people make mistakes. You've pointed out a couple of times some instances when I've made mistakes.
But this is going to continue to be what I am. Sooner or later down the line, it'll become the normal of what I do. How can you still love me, knowing all of that?
And once this kind of bond is made, especially with me, it doesn't go away. Whatever you do, I'm going to be here. Whether you like it or not. I'm not saying that because of this pact. I'm saying it because I want.
Well, the pact sort of has prevented you from having a choice in the matter anyway.
There's a difference between being forced to do something and doing it willingly. Everything you've asked, I would have been willing to do.
But it doesn't change the fact I didn't give you a choice in the moment. I made the decision for you. How can you accept that?
Suppose it's just who I am. I'm a simple person.
I'd say you're a simple fool, but...
But
I suppose it does take one to know one, doesn't it?
I suppose it does. Ash is gonna kind of hold out a hand to her. Shall we?
Shall we go where? I don't see any way out of this pit.
I'm sure
And I
we'll
feel
find some.
drained here. The little that I can give you right now is all I can muster.
Miss, a quick question. Can I actually cast magic right now?
You have access to cantrips and some basic abilities.
Okay. So none of my normal passives.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Meaning you can't fly.
That's what I was thinking.
She sighs and says, "It's not all that bad, I suppose." I do wonder, how much of your old self do you miss, exactly?
My old self?
Before the incident.
I suppose I missed a little bit of everything. There are some parts that are kind of hard to come by, I suppose, would be an apt description.
We're stuck alone together in a pit, with who knows how much time together here. Why are you being vague?
Well, I suppose that's fair. It is difficult not having a complete body. There are parts of me that I do miss. Man, you're gonna make me fucking say it. You're a piece of shit.
I have never claimed to be a nice person.
And see, I have a feeling Rin knows exactly what part Ash is talking about. Rin's not dumb. She understands
she's not.
basic anatomy.
But she wants you to say it directly. She's more like, it's more of a, why are you going out of the way to treat me like a child? Because that's essentially what you're doing.
Well, in Ash's mind, Ash doesn't want to be vulgar. Come on.
You don't need to be vulgar about it. There is a very sophisticated way for adults to talk about that kind of stuff. Mira managed to do it pretty dang well.
Did she?
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't remember that scene, but okay.
It was like 6 months ago, so... Not 6 months, let's see. It was in like October, so... Shit, that is like 6 months. Holy shit.
Yeah, is this something I should remember? Or was I not here for this?
I don't... Oh god, I actually don't remember. Maybe you weren't here for that.
Yeah, because I don't think I was.
I don't remember if you were here for the intimacy scene or not. I don't think you were. Fuck. I forgot during that part of the campaign. It was very not concise. Hello?
Rip Scoot.
Rip Scoot. Rip Scoot indeed. Anyway,
Okay.
but there is a sophisticated way you can go about breaching this subject. You can beat around the bush about it in a way that she'll understand it, but right now you say there's parts of you missing. That's vague enough that she doesn't, that it could be meaning something that she isn't thinking of.
Okay.
That's essentially what she's trying to say. Is
Okay.
you don't have to say it directly, but you do need to specify what you mean.
Okay. Well, I lost 4 appendages. I lost the arm, both legs, and then one of the private parts.
On some tips, a lot of guys, when they're trying to refer to their naughty bits, they refer to it as something like their manhood, or something like that. It's a reference that a lot of the time women will understand what you're meaning, but it doesn't sound fucked up.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, I suppose I could just say I lost my one male appendage. And that would be
Yeah, that's what he says.
pretty damn specific.
And she would say, "Do you really miss it that much?"
I mean, it's something that's kind of difficult to live without when you've lived with it your entire life.
I wouldn't know. After all, these feelings are unusual and new to me.
Hmm. I mean, maybe we can try and learn about them together.
I don't know. Is that something that's acceptable?
I mean, I don't see why not.
Is this really what you want? And so many times, I've done things without asking people what they really wanted from me. And in the end, I always disappoint.
Rin, you cannot disappoint me. I can promise you that.
Well, forgive me then if I say I'm not entirely sure I believe you.
Try me.
Are you certain?
I am. And actually, she's like right in front of me, right?
You are sitting next to her right now. Yes.
Ash is gonna lean in and he's gonna kiss her.
You feel her body quiver a little bit. Tell me, Ash, to you, how important is being human?
And as long as I'm with you, I don't care whether I'm human, orc, or a fish.
You certainly have a strange sense of humor. That's not entirely what I mean. Your humanity, exactly. After all, the more I give, the more I take away.
Hmm. Well, I suppose I already owe you everything.
That's not what I mean.
I know. And as long as I am able to be with you, I am content.
Even if you are compelled to do things you never would have considered doing.
I am.
You're positive on this.
Yeah.
She presses up against you. I've never met anyone like you.
Hopefully you'll never meet another one like me.
I really hope I don't have to. The burning sensation continues. In fact, it begins to intensify.
Hmm.
You're sure about this? About us?
I don't think I could be more sure of him.
Rin locks lips with you as you feel your pants tighten. They continually get tighter until you hear a ripping noise. That ripping noise is followed by something unexpected. From the darkness shoots an enormous serpentine head and snaps Rin's body in two. I think Scoot died. I think I broke him.
Oh my god.
To be fair, you kind of did break him
Oh
right now.
my god.
Rips.
Rin, no!
And I thought mine was bad. Damn,
Oh my
Mesa.
god.
I warned you. This was
You
not
did
going to
say-
be an easy one.
Is he still here?
Scott?
Scott?
Did he die?
Yeah, but
Alright. I'm gonna mute again.
Yeah, I've been muting it.
Yeah.
what direction did this serpent come from?
It shot out of the darkness, then recoiled back into it shortly afterward, leaving behind basically a bloodied mess that is barely distinguishable.
Wow.
What do? You are sitting there with popped trousers, no coat. Well, your coat's been torn to shreds.
Mm-hmm.
and your girlfriend just got eaten.
Well, Ashes. Mm, it's initially gonna start out as just pure shock. It's gonna kind of quickly fall down into panic. And he's gonna be trying to call out to Rin and see if there's any chance that she's alive at all. Like verbally, telepathically, whatever. And I assume he gains no responses.
Not initially. But then something begins to happen. Before your eyes, something changes about the body. It sort of shrivels away. And you're left behind with something that is almost unrecognizable. You couldn't even describe what it would be if you had to describe it to someone today. And eventually get a faint response. You really are more trouble than you're worth.
Rin?
To think she would follow me this far.
Who's she?
The darkness begins to lift from the pit you are in. As it lifts entirely, from the top you can see what you more expect from Rin. However, unfortunately, her robe is still there on the ground, torn. But so she's sort of just there in her underwear. She's got her arms crossed. One of her tails is transformed into a large serpentine neck. She has a very disappointed look on her face and says, you can see the last of the darkness being sucked up by this large serpent head. To think she would do that just to get back at me. Bring my
Rin,
things.
What the fuck is going on?
No questions. Not now. If it'll put your mind at ease. The person you just spoke to. Their thoughts were not their own. But they are not thoughts I wish to share. Now, bring my robe. I will need to fix it later. I have
Ashes,
things to do.
his shoulders are gonna slump. He's gonna kind of grind his teeth as he gathers everything up and follows her.
As you climb your way out of the
can't
pit.
say no.
No, you physically can't.
Yeah, no, I legitimately cannot say no.
As you climb your way out of the pit, the burning sensation sort of subsides a bit, but you do recognize your pants are still undone because, well, this won't exactly fit in your pants.
Oh. Okay. Interesting. Is it normal? Or is it just...
Well, it's a demonic appendage. I want to make that clear.
Mhm.
And that makes it quite a bit bigger than it used to be.
Okay.
Not like it's not like horse-sized, but it's you're gonna need to either.
That's not what I was asking. Because see, when you said, and then from the darkness, a giant serpentine head.
It'll
You
make
can
more sense
see where
later.
that would-
Right now, you're supposed to be very confused. That's the point.
Not what my head was going to.
I know. Your penis did not eat the weird person before.
That's what I
Thank
thought
you.
too. Honestly, that's what I thought.
Okay, add that to the list of the random things. No, Nero, you must be conscious to touch yourself, and no, your penis did not eat her.
Man, I had to clarify.
This
okay?
session is gonna have so much out of context shit, it's gonna be weird.
But you'd see why I had to get clarification there, because there wasn't a whole lot of explanation.
I know. It's like I said, you're supposed to be caught up in the moment and caught off guard and confused. That was the idea of the
Okay.
scripting of the scene.
Ow, my leg. I've been sitting on my leg this entire time, and now I can't really feel from the knee down. I feel like Ash.
Well, I mean, he can feel from the knee down. It just burns down
Now
there
he
right
can.
now.
Yeah. Okay then. Interesting developments, guys.
I like how I punched you in the soul so hard for a second there that you were just like, nope.
All right. So I'm trying to wrap my mind
It's
around
just
this.
like, maybe if I don't respond, something's gonna change.
All right, I have a question real quick, out of context as well for this. So, what did Ash talk to Ren about? Was the Ren who told him to shut up and didn't want to talk about the real Ren, or was the one that snapped in half?
I have a feeling.
That'll
But I
be
haven't-
made clear later. Right now, no one's supposed to really know what happened.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, at least you got your dick back.
That's something.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
not really your old one.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
I feel like the,
let's roll a
the
dice to
Deadpool.
see which one of the girls gets to go next.
I feel like the
I've
Deadpool
put
quote.
something in the shitty shit post that I need you to go look at, Scoot.
Oh, is it a
Not
Deadpool
DM,
thing?
just Scoot, just
Oh,
no.
please.
So let's see here now. Scott got his dick back. I've come to clarification. What's next for this roller coaster of emotions today?
Oh my god. Alright, even.
I'll take odds.
Oh my God.
No,
That would
I'm
be
gonna
the
flip.
odds in my favor.
I'm flipping a coin. Pick a side, somebody.
Heads.
Okay.
That's always gonna be good.
Tails.
Okay. That didn't count because it went fucking flying. I tried to flip it and it problem is
it
I'm
at the
trying to
same time.
I'm trying
Come
to
on,
flip a
Rook.
5 pence coin and it's tiny as shit. So
The super Peter Scott.
all right. Who picked heads?
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
I
Well.
want you to go first, though.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I guess
We'll meet
Cheapy's
ourselves.
going. Cheapy.
Okay. Alright. Yeah.
Eek.
It me.
Cheapy succeeded in a wisdom save along with Ash. So, you find yourself, Cheapy, in what appears to be a mud hut.
Okay. Is it quaint?
Quaint. Yes,
Is it
sure.
a quaint mud hut?
Alright. Well, this one's gonna be hard to roleplay. Oh boy. You hear the sound of running water
Background,
as
so-
you boot up.
Alright, Windows startup sound.
Let me get it. There it is.
Alright, you don't have to get it. Okay.
It doesn't take that long. I just had to go find it.
Alright, I'm up.
You can hear the sound of running water and clanking dishes from a nearby room.
Hello?
In the kitchen, Lily. Remember to make your bed before you get up in the morning.
Oh. Make my bed? Was I actually... Mesa?
Oop, sorry, you cut out for a second.
I said, was I actually in a bed? You said I think it was in
No.
a corner, right?
No, yeah, you were standing in a corner.
Do I
In fact, there's not even a bed in the room.
I am very confused. All right, I'm gonna have her go. Okay. She's like looking around the room and she just leaves. Don't laugh at me, Rogue. All right. So I leave the room. What do I see?
Okay, you enter a kitchen.
Is it actually a kitchen or is it still like a mud hut kitchen?
It's
like,
a mud hut kitchen.
Give me a
like,
is
like the running water is like water coming out of a barrel sound. Like, this is the kind of thing that somebody with only mud, wood, and some other things trying to imitate a house would look like.
Oh, we're playing house now.
You see an elderly woman. At what should you were gonna put? I'm gonna put in quotes at the kitchen sink.
Okay.
She sort of like turns, doesn't completely look at you, but you can see her mouth, and she says, "Did you remember to make your bed, dear?"
Yes.
Did you really?
Definitely made that. Mm-hmm.
Okay, Lily. Now sit down. Dinner will be ready after I'm done cleaning breakfast dishes.
Who are you?
Don't be silly, dear. And don't ask stupid questions.
Grandma? You gave her a grandma voice, Miss.
Yes, I know I did.
I'm gonna have Lily leave the room. 'Cause
Okay, where do you go?
is there like any hallways or doors?
There is the room you came out of in this kitchen, from what you can see so far. There appears to be a door at the front, but it's blocked with like 12 different bolts and padlock.
I'm gonna look over at that. It is just mud, but I'm very curious about this woman now. I'll have her sit down at the quote-unquote table, which I'm guessing is just like what, a slab of wood.
It's like mud, like a big, like dried pile of mud with like a cut tree ring as a tabletop.
She's gonna like, how quaint. That's a good question, but later.
Okay,
It's hell. Of course, she can have as many padlocks as she wants. It's hell, Chelsea.
After the dishwashing comes done, she brings over a bowl with what appears to be muddy water and places it down, and looking at you through thick spectacles, it's like, I put a lot of work into this, so you make sure to eat up, dear, okay?
Okay, Grandmama, I would like you to, look over there. What is that? And she's gonna point over, like, behind the old lady.
The old woman turns.
I quickly, like, dump out all the shit onto the floor and put my bowl back.
I don't see anything. What are you referencing to, dear?
Oh, I thought I saw a bug. My bad.
Oh, I think it's a bit too early for the insects to be showing up to worry about them.
The insects?
You know, they come every year, try to steal our food.
I do not think I know, Grandmama.
Why do you keep calling me that, Lily dear?
Because I am not sure who you are, so I just gave you an arbitrary title.
That's not very nice.
I know.
You shouldn't be so mean to your mother. She tries very hard to keep you safe.
My mother is dead. I made sure.
Damn!
Are you feeling alright, dear?
I'm gonna have Lily get a gun out. Pick out of her arm. Can I do that?
Okay.
And she's not gonna point it at her. She's just holding it behind her
Lily,
back.
dear, what are you doing?
Nothing, Grandmama.
Why do
Or
you keep calling me
mother.
that? Are you sure you're feeling alright, Lily? Come here. Let me see if everything is going okay.
I would prefer you to keep your distance, please.
Lily, you're sounding strange. Let Mama take a look at you.
Okay, she'll let her approach. She keeps the
Okay.
gun behind her back, just in case.
What are you holding behind your back, Lily, dear?
She quickly morphs it back to her hand. And holds it up and goes, I do not have anything, Mother.
Very
Whenever
well.
she says mother, it's like a weird kind of warbled noise. No, it's like a computer not sounding quite right when it tries to say something.
Alright. She sort of begins to, like, inspect you and says, it doesn't seem like anything's malfunctioning. Lily, dear, why don't you go lay down in your bed for a little while? I'll
I
bring you
think I need
something
some
more-
fresh air.
No.
And I'm gonna look over to the
Far too
padlock
cold
door.
for you to go outside. Besides, we talked about this. The outside is dangerous. No place for an innocent little girl.
I am in my 20s.
Still an innocent little girl.
I think I am going to go outside now, Mother.
Don't be
I'm just
defiant.
I'm just waiting for the mom to blow a gasket and become the abusive bipolar person she is. I'm just like, oh my god.
Probably.
Yes, she is.
Right.
No, Lily. We talked about this. The outside is dangerous and no place for women.
Oh, damn, she's sexist too. Oh boy. Mother, where is Father?
Your father hasn't been here for years. I keep explaining that to you.
I'm right here.
Except you're not. Shut up, Nero. You're not here.
I have seen Father recently.
Oh dear. You really do sound like you're malfunctioning like the Dickens. Go lay down, dear.
Okay. I'm gonna have her get up, go to the mud room, and then start making a cannon. I'm in a mud house. You okay, Rogue? Alright, I'm gonna blast a hole in the wall.
Lily, what are you doing?
I am using the restroom. Do not come in.
Lily, I can hear what you're doing in there. You're not using the restroom. I'm coming in there.
I am indecent.
You're always indecent. You don't wear clothes.
I have a tunic. I just don't wear pants.
The old woman very furiously comes barging in.
What about the wall?
The wall gives, and then
out,
collapses,
I'm
so
out.
part of the ceiling is collapsed over the hole. Congratulations, you
Oh.
succeeded in making the room much smaller.
I'm going to have her, like, hide right next to, like, the wall where the door is. So,
Okay,
like, when
the
lady
woman comes
in,
barging in. Lily, what did you do?
I'm gonna slip out past behind her.
She turns to face you, unless you want to make a stealth check.
Stealth check it is.
Remember, you have
Clunk, clunk,
disadvantage.
clunk, clunk, clunk. Even if I'm not wearing anything?
You're a fucking Warforged. You got disadvantage on a fucking robot. You're not a sleek robot either.
Oh no. 26.
Yeah, no, the woman turns to face you. Where do you think you're going, Missy? You make a mess of your room, and then you do this, and now you're trying to run away from Mother. How dare you!
I'm gonna put my hands on the woman's shoulder. I am leaving you. It is not working out. Goodbye. And pat her like on the head.
Now,
And
here's
over
where a
the
question
door.
comes in. How did Lily's mom keep her there before?
I mean, Lily was obedient to a point, and then her mom had magic. Lily didn't learn magic until she left.
Oh, okay.
Like anything that Lily tried to learn, she basically kind of started burning books in front of her. Like she did not want this
okay,
child to go
okay.
outside.
Alright, so, I'm gonna need you to make... What's the save for hold person? Wisdom? Yeah, you need to make a wisdom save.
I was good at that one. I got that going for me. Oh, I'm not at disadvantage either.
Ooh, that is not
Dude,
gonna
you
save. Mainly because I just rolled a 19.
Damn
You got a 7. She got a 19.
no.
Ouch.
No.
So
I
you're like your servos lock up. You are no longer capable of moving.
This seems familiar. Can I, what
Lily,
do I have?
we've talked about this. You
I
cannot
would
go
like-
outside. I forbid it. Now, you are going to sit down at the table while Mommy fixes up your room. And you're going to think about what you've done.
No. And she's gonna barf her. Okay.
You're a whole person, you're restrained, so you can't do anything. I mean, you can morph
I can't even
parts.
talk.
I mean, you can talk, but that's all you can do. Like, you can't walk anywhere.
But
even
she doesn't
if-
have teeth though. She's a robot.
I know.
No, Rogue said talk through my teeth, and I said it's not a thing. All right. I guess she'll be sitting at the table then.
You can hear the sound of shifting earth.
Can I move?
No, you're under the effects of hold person. Hold person lasts a bit of time.
Okay. So I hear this going on in the background.
The
Can
woman
I do a
enters the room.
perception check around the room before she comes back in?
Sure.
I'm just trying to see my options here, Misa.
Alright, other than the room you just came out of, there is nowhere else that it really seems to go.
So she doesn't have a room herself?
It doesn't seem that way. In fact, the way this mud shack has been put together, it's sort of a, it's sort of a mess. Like, you're pretty sure at this point, whoever this woman is, if she is your mother, she is nowhere near in her right mind anymore.
I figured. So there's no windows in here at all, right?
Nope.
How is it being lighted? Like, is it just...
There's like a magic candle. So it's more of, if you know what a magic candle is, it's basically a magical light stuck in a glass jar. It's
Okay.
basically made using mage light. And
So how dark is it in here?
Not super dark, but
Not
like
super
it's
dark.
lit only from artificial light sources. So you don't know how far you actually are underground if you are underground.
Okay. All right. Silence before I. Damn it. Oh well, she's panicking. I'm gonna say she's panicking. All right, so I can't move. I'm hearing her move around in the background.
You
Alright,
can
so-
hear the sounding of shifting earth as she's attempting to repair the damaged room.
Attempt. So, what are there items around here? Anything?
Everything in here appears to be made of some sort of wood or really crude iron.
Okay.
Or mud. Lots of mud. The locks and the bolts on the door seem to be really, and the door itself seem to be the only thing that's reasonably high quality. But there's something off about it. Like, it looks way too much like your old front door. Like,
Okay. Alright. I know we're in hell. Alright, so I'm waiting for her to come back out, because I can't do anything. Hello?
okay, you wait for her to come back out,
I can't move.
and she goes to wash more dishes without saying anything to you.
I mean, sounds about right. Alright, so she's doing that. Can I do like a will or anything to try to like combat this, or am I just stuck?
I believe hold person. Once you fail it, you can attempt to break out of it again.
Okay.
I believe you can. It's just hold person.
I don't know what the out of combat. So is that still a saving throw or a
Yeah,
check?
it's still saving throw.
Okay.
Ooh. Dang, I rolled a 19 again. You are so
Okay.
close, but you can't.
Well, so close, but she's still holding me.
Mhm.
Don't bring me down, Bruce. Come on. All right, so she's still washing her dishes, right?
Mhm.
Can I keep making this, or do I need to wait?
You should try doing something in between this and doing another check.
Okay, well, I can't do anything.
You can talk. Do you not want to talk to this person at all?
Oh, okay. Chelsea's shaking her head no.
Do you really hate my old lady voice that much, Rogue? Is it really that bad that you can't listen to it?
She does not trust Mother.
It's not your voice. It's like, I wouldn't want to talk to that lady. She's like, God.
Okay, so it just looks like a little old lady, right? Is there anything out of, like, any ordinary thing out of that? or
She
is it
wears some
just-
very thick spectacles. Her clothes are incredibly ragged. Her face,
Mother,
hands are
what
dirty.
happened to your clothes?
Oh, I haven't had time to get any new ones. There's nothing wrong with them. They still work just fine. Waste not, want not, Lily.
Mother,
Yes, Lily.
how are you still alive?
I do not understand your question.
I remember us fighting over a book you were trying to set on fire, and I pushed you, and you smacked your head into the mantelpiece, and you did not move after that.
Whatever are you talking about, dear?
I'm talking about the fact that you died. I buried you.
Oh dear. Do you not remember that we moved?
Moved? You would not even let me outside.
Indeed. I had to turn you off for the move. I'm sorry, it was rude.
I
of
like
me.
the old house better.
The old house was too... It wasn't accommodating enough for what we needed. So we moved.
What do we need, Mother?
Somewhere safe. It wasn't safe enough.
Where are we, Mother?
Somewhere safe, Lily.
Rogue, stop metagaming with me here. She had like a realization. Right. Shit. Alright, I'm gonna try to again.
Okay.
Fucking save my ass, huh?
Okay, you really should be able to get this one because I got a 2.
12. 12. All right, let's go.
Okay, you break out of hold person. What do you do?
Does she notice I broke out?
Not initially.
Okay.
And she's
I'm gonna.
whistling an old lady tune while washing dishes.
All right. I'm gonna aim my fucking gun at her
Okay.
and shoot.
You shoot
think
the
what
old
would-
woman. Dead. Because it's an old woman. Alright.
It's not the first blood on my hands. And he's gonna go over to the door. And actually, can I find the keys on her? I'm gonna find the keys on her.
She don't got shit on her. She's covered in
God,
old
this is
potato
like a
sacks.
It's real.
Yep.
What?
It's a repeat of Gadriel.
No. I mean, I never did specify that
Lily's
she didn't have
response
the
is
keys.
warranted because,
No,
like,
it was
her
warranted.
Mom was, yeah, exactly.
Her mom was super-
Gadriel's was not.
Yeah,
Mom
no.
was super abusive.
Her mom was extremely abusive. And also now this is well, you'll find out.
Grill just burned everything to the ground and called it a day. All right. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna try to blast the door down. Fuck it.
Okay. The whole hut ends up collapsing around you. And we'll cut away because we'll
This
come
is
back to
fine.
you crawling out of a pit of mud later.
Crawling out of the mud.
Okay. Let's cut to Rogue. You cannot hide forever, child. Your sacrifice is at hand.
Okay. I hear. Oh, I'm so scared. Like, without her. Okay, I'm here.
Alrighty. So, you proceed forward.
I'm unconscious.
Oh yeah, no. Proceeding. Sorry, my brain had like 3 different opening things, and it was I had 3 phrases in my head: proceeding forward, Mira, you awaken, and something. And for some reason, it came out: you proceed forward.
Okay, so I wake up.
You wake up. You find all of your possessions have been taken, including the clothes you were wearing.
I look around.
You find yourself in a dark cavern. The walls cannot be seen through. You can hear cries off in the distance, but you can't discern exactly what they are. However, the voice is uncomfortably familiar.
Okay. Alright, especially if it's familiar, Mira's gonna get up and start going towards it. Like a bit worried. She's like, who? What's making that noise? Why are they making that noise? She's
All right.
gonna be saying, hello? What's wrong? Etc. Like, as she gets closer and closer.
Alright. The cries as you get closer and closer actually seem to be more muffled, as it appears the cavern itself was echoing them. You enter a larger cavern, and before you are faced with something you have never really thought of before. It appears dangling from some sort of restraint from the ceiling. It's 2 identical copies. Or, well, copies wouldn't even begin to describe this properly. You find Salvin hanging from the ceiling. And you also find Salvin hanging from the ceiling. Both are bound and gagged.
Mira, like, kind of freezes and looks between the 2. I could have a really funny goof if I wanted to do that again. I'm not gonna do it.
2 Salins are better than 1.
No, it was more like, alright, which one of you took my clothes? Like, but that's not what she says. She looks between the 2, kind of startled. She's like, what? Alright, who's doing this? She's like, what's going on? She, like, goes and pulls down one of their gags. Are they hanging upside down or something?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, yeah, she removes one of their gags. And she's like, what's going on?
you hear the voice, the Salvin say, "Quick, you need to get me down." And then the other one, a muffled something, like a.
She puts the gag back on it because she's really freaked out. And she steps back and takes the gag off the other one. She's like, What were you trying to say?
Don't listen to anything he says. He's lying.
Oh god. She puts the gag back on him too! Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna take the gags off of both of you. No, that's stupid. Shit. She takes.
Do you want to investigate the room at all, or nah?
Yeah, she's gonna investigate the room. She's like, this is fucked up. She like starts going around the room and looking around.
All right, roll investigation.
Oh, this is my. Can I roll perception?
No, it's investigation to find things.
I figured,
Sorry.
I figured. I know, I'm joking. Again, I can't wait till I can have an ability score improvement somehow, some way, sometime. All right, that's gonna be a. Oh yeah, investigation, intelligence. I should know this. It's a 20 total.
All right. You discover that there is no other way out of this room. In fact, when you entered it, the way you came in seems to have disappeared. And also you find in the middle of the room the firearm from before. Lying there.
Oh no. Mira takes a deep, shuddered breath. She wants to get it away from those two in this situation, so she picks it up and like puts it. Oh, she doesn't have any clothes. She's gonna put it on the other end of the room for right now. No, she's gonna hold on to it. She doesn't have clothes.
Okay.
And she doesn't trust. She knows that they both. One of them could have magic. They both could have magic. I'm trying in my head. I'm trying to think of like what would one person know that the other wouldn't. Thing. Really trying to figure that out in my own head as a player as I do this. She's gonna remove the gag from the second one. She says, "Okay, how did you get here? What's going on?"
We were on Scheherazad's back, and we fell. I think. I'm not sure. Everything went dark. Now get me down, please.
She raises both hands. She's like, okay. Just hang in there." I know, figuratively, literally. She's just hang in there. 2 seconds. I'm sorry. As she takes the gag off the other one, she's like, "Alright, so why are you here?"
Look, I know this is gonna be confusing for you, but you need to get us out of here. At least, me and you. You have to leave the other one behind. In fact, you may even need to get rid of him. Permanently.
Why? What? Who? She's looking between the both of them. She's like, no, she's gonna cast detect magic.
You reach out for your magic, but it feels like something's blocking it.
Okay. She's gonna look over to the one. She's like, "Fine. If I only can take one of you out of here, then tell me something that only the Salvin would know. The real Salvin, something that Oh, I know. Yes. Alright. No, she's like, "Yes. No, I know exactly what I need you to tell me. That only me and Salvin and a couple of our friends would know." And she's going to, you whisper in my ear, "Do not say it out loud." And she's going to, like, lean down to the first Salvin and ask him to say something.
Fuck. I need to pick something. Damn you, Rogue. Why you don't use?
No,
Why
I
you
have
didn't use
something.
better question?
I have the exact thing that only Mira and him know.
There's a lot of things that only you and him know.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah, there is. But there is. Yeah, there is.
Like, anyone outside of your realm doesn't know that you have a daughter.
Yeah, that's one.
There's a lot of things going on inside your realm. Nobody know. I mean, the fact that Bahamut's still alive, everybody knows. Inside the realm, there's a ton of things I could pick here. Please be more specific with your question.
All right. No, I'm wanting to see what he'd say. Like, it doesn't have to have the exact answer. It could be any one of those things. But does he say
Yeah,
any one of those things?
Both of them say one of those things.
Okay, she's going to look down at. She's going to look between the two. She's like, okay. She leans down in front of one, and she whispers in its ear, "What's your manifest form?"
Not something I'm proud of. I at least think it's very ugly.
And she goes over to the other one, and you. And she's saying this very quietly, like as quiet as it possibly can.
The other one's response is, "It's a mess, to be honest. Not something I like showing to people."
Fuck. Be more specific. Both of you were very non-specific. She says.
As you shout at them, they say, "It's a draconic mess that's a mixture of..." And they're like, they like mid-sentence start to glare at each other.
She has her head in her hands. She's going to trance and look at both of them.
The room is filled with bright energies, making it difficult to discern one from another.
Alright, can I stare and like get as close as I need to get? And,
No.
Like, just. Oh, fuck. Oh my goodness. She says, okay, so we need to get out of here. We'll figure out the thing with you two later. Do you guys promise not to kill each other if I let you down?
They begin to both speak up, and one of them says, "All three of us cannot leave this room. And if you let the wrong one down, we'll all die."
Shit. She's kind of like has her hands to her forehead. She's like, how? She looks at both of them and she's like, how am I supposed to know? She's going to. She said, just don't say anything. She closes her eyes. She tries to sense for that pull that Selvin said. Like, she doesn't have it.
No, you don't.
As much as.
And it's too nondescript when you're this close.
She looks at both of them and like, how am I supposed to know? She says, looking between the two.
They sort of look at you frightened, and they say, You're supposed to be married to us. And you don't know?
I know! You even say us when you're... Who said the us? Who said the us? Which one of them?
They say me. I'm sorry. They both say me at the same time. I'm sorry. I keep... Every time I keep thinking of voice acting this, I get the come play with us kid stuck in my head.
She furrows her brow, and she's just like... Yes, I'm married to you, but... You both have the same exact memories. I'm trying to figure it out. And I'm not going to let... I can't let you down until I figure it out. She's like... I really feel bad that I haven't figured it out yet. And she's just like looking between the two. She's like this whole time she's like quizzing them. Like, what's our daughter's name? Because they both said that they had a daughter. Or like, what's the specific thing? What's that?
They both answer They both answer with her full name, and they spell it out for you.
Like, what was your father's name?
Which one? Because I don't technically have a dad. At least that I
the
know of.
adopted one.
I'm sorry, you'll have to repeat that. I was talking
She
over.
says the adoptive one, of course.
I mean, Orrin was sort of my adoptive father.
Okay. And that was both of
answers.
them?
Yeah.
Oh my god, guys! Missa knows I hate puzzles. Gives me a puzzle. See, I see how this? No, I'm joking.
Hey, Mesa.
What?
Is this a riddle similar to the one from the labyrinth?
No.
I'm not going to give away any answers, but it sounds kind of similar.
No, it's not. Not entirely. There's
Real trick is
there's something Rogue is missing here that she may get.
Okay. I was just curious.
What am I missing? Oh my god. Like, she's legit not going to put him down until she knows for sure. Like, that's a fact. She knows she needs to get out of here. But she's... Like, she holds his life really high. And she's like, I'm not going to let him die. I need to know which one's him. Okay. Is it a question, Nissa? Just out of context?
You can ask him a number of questions. Right now you're asking for specific information, and that's not really getting it. Try something... try an approach from a different angle, same idea.
Oh, so, like, where did we first meet wouldn't be, like, truly first meet wouldn't be a proper...
Like,
That'd be a specific?
try to ask emotional questions, because memories are easy to replicate, emotions not so much.
Alright, she's going to... She probably, like, paces the room a couple times, and she's like, okay. She looks between the two, and she's like... How do you... She looks at the one on the right first, she's like... What do you feel when you see me?
I'll be right back.
Joy, happiness, love, whatever you want to call it. It's difficult to explain.
Okay, she stands there and looks at him for a second, and then she nods. Okay. And you?
Embarrassed that I can't think of anything else.
And she takes a step back and she looks between the two. She's like, is there any other feelings?
Well, yeah, but
Which one?
ones I can't put into words, really.
Ones we. Which one says that?
The one on the left, the one on the right says, I believe we've talked about it, but I don't understand them enough to describe them.
Okay, she's gonna go to the one on the left, and she says, try. I know we've talked about it before. She says, but as he said, but try to explain it. And she like leans down for him to whisper.
An attracted feeling, a sort of a gravitational thing. I find it difficult to get away from you.
Okay, she nods. Yes. And she goes to the other one. She's like, now you explain it.
If I had to think of it simply, it would be... I'm drawn to you in ways that are... I've never felt. Confusing. You bring confusion to me, and I'm not sure how to feel about it.
a player, out of character player here. Hi.
Mm-hmm.
The left one was more correct there, right?
That depends.
Oh God. Was that the right? Oh, shit. I don't even know if I'm asking the right question. Am I taking the better approach?
You are taking a better approach.
Not there yet?
Well, I mean, this is gonna be. You're gonna have to come to a conclusion. It's not. I'm not gonna tell you what the right answer or the wrong
I know.
answer is until the
I know
trigger's
you
been
are.
pulled.
Shit. Cheapy, I need you to be listening here. I need your help, hun.
I want to get food.
Anyways,
You need my help.
here, just-
Bum, ba, da, bum. So how you guys doing?
I'm dead inside.
I honestly I do not know what to think.
I'm doing pretty good. I got rid of her, so.
About my situation, I have no idea.
Lily has committed murder. First,
Again.
except this time it's first degree
It's first
instead of
degree.
manslaughter.
Ash has opened up to a person one more time, only to yet again have that dashed.
Well,
I mean, Lily kinda
that
operates
situation
in the-
isn't fully resolved. Don't worry, it's not as bad as you think it is. Trust me.
Okay, Rogue. So
I'm
have
not
you already done
completely
the
stonewalling.
one thing that only Salvin would know.
yeah, I've done that.
They already both know it.
They both knew it.
She's on
Yeah,
the right
kill 'em
track,
both,
but
fuck
once
it.
again, it's got to be something she's got to decide.
I like that she's asking me for help, and I already just killed Mother, so I don't know what she wants from me.
Yeah, she doesn't want to kill her husband, though. Especially with a
Might have
gun
to.
that guarantees kills them, and they can't come back.
Kill them both.
No!
Kill them both.
I'm
Yeah, kill
so-
one. Might as well
Oh
just
my
kill the other.
god.
Really.
I'm like, oh my god. Okay.
Have you
Alright,
been
have
reading
them-
my messages, by the way?
Oh. Read Discord. That's my message.
Okay.
Yeah.
I already asked him about that.
Ow.
Just
Both
to
of
make
them?
sure I cover my bases.
Murder my ears. Cheap pieces of shit that they are.
Okay, alright, let's see. She's gonna whisper in the left Salvin's ear. She's gonna say my name in the arcane language.
Okay. Miramon Nostario.
Okay? And like from what I understand about the arcane language, it has to be like the entirety, the truth of what they actually feel about that word.
Mm-hmm.
Does it come out true? Ring true? For the last
Yeah.
one? Right? She's gonna go to the right one and ask the same thing.
Mira.
I fucking called it.
You know what to do.
He even quietly after says that. I'm sorry.
Damn.
And we said I'm sorry right afterwards. Why are you asking me? I just killed Mother.
Okay, and like the one on the right ring true, right?
Mm-hmm.
He can believe who he is all he wants. Whether that's true or not.
I hope I'm right. I hope I'm right. I hope I'm right. I have enough to make a connection, right? I'm gonna make the connection. I'm not gonna ask who it is. I'm just asking, I have enough content to figure it out?
I'm not gonna say you technically have enough content to figure it out no matter what, but I mean, you make the decision when you're ready to make the decision.
Okay.
Don't rush it. Because I
Okay,
want to make this clear. If you choose wrong, you kill Salvin.
Oh my god.
And no bringing him back.
Well, I mean, there is bringing him back. 'Cause
No,
it's
there
like-
isn't. If you get shot by this gun, you are erased from reality. You
Oh.
existed, but you are no longer existing.
Is it the same gun Salvin had?
Yes, it's his firearm. It's the thing he says he hates to use.
That's what I figured.
What did you say about the thing he hates to use?
The gun he used earlier when he shot her with it, he's like, I didn't mean to do that. Oops. Because it is a gun that kills people permanently.
Okay, and then, yeah, both of the mirror names rung true. Yeah, he did say sorry. She's like, now both of you, I know it's a lot of questions. We're gonna keep on going at it until I feel comfortable. She says, you say your name in the arcane language. She like whispers it to him, asking him to say it quietly, so the other one doesn't hear.
Salvin? No, Stariel.
Okay. And like, what was the truth behind that one?
It's truthful.
Okay. Like how he. All right. Okay, about how he feels about himself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she goes to the right one, asks the same thing.
Salvin.
What was the feeling behind that one?
It even comes out as a whisper sigh. There's just a depression about it. Like there's something very unhappy coming from it.
Can I insight? I'm inciting him.
Okay.
Inciting the right one. Okay, let's see. Shut up. Insight. I know I'm proficient. Oh, thank God. 30?
30 total. Alright.
Yeah.
You're certain the one on the right is completely truthful about what he's saying. And the depression behind the words is... You can sense some sort of disappointment in... Not in what, though, there's no way to discern, obviously, as it's too vague of a statement. Just a name.
She's gonna... And what was the... inciting the left one? Oh, shit, come back.
Fear.
Okay. And then... She's going to whisper to the one on the right. She says, I know it's a stupid question. She says, what are you depressed about? She's whispering. Super quiet.
I don't like putting you through this.
Okay. That's the one on the right, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And she's going to go over to the one on the left. And she doesn't give any... She tries to, like, hide her emotional reaction. She goes to the one on the left. She whispers to him, what are you afraid of?
I'm scared of hurting you. I'm afraid I'll say something wrong and you'll make the wrong decision.
She nods.
I don't want you to live with something like that.
She's like, you're not afraid of dying?
Maybe. I mean, dying would suck. A lot.
She sighs and takes a step back. And like with a shaky breath, she's like, I think I've made my decision. She like looks between the two.
One of them makes the left one makes sort of a staring eye contact with you. The one on the right refuses to look at you.
It's left. She's left. Can she untie them and get them down before shooting one of them?
You
I don't have any.
can do
I have
pretty much
claws.
whatever you want in this room.
Okay, she's gonna take the one on the right down.
Okay.
The one that's like said sorry, and I just want to make sure I have my directions correct. She. Oh no, she doesn't take it down because that would prolong it too much. She's like so freaking out on the inside. So no, we're gonna retcon back to I've made my decision. He's staring her down. The other one refuses to look at her. She's going to shoot the one that's staring her down on the left.
Okay. As you point the gun, the one on the right, not looking, he says, "Mira, stop.
Yeah.
You don't want to pull that trigger."
She looks at the one on the right.
He
She,
looks
like,
at you and
drops-
says,
She drops the gun. She like has the gun at her side now. She says, "Oh, okay. I didn't want to. I don't want any of this." She says.
he says, "You should never have to go through what I feel using that thing. Never."
She sighs and she says, and she goes over and unties him. She's like, but she doesn't give him the gun. She unties him. She does not give him the gun, but she says, and as she's doing it, she's saying, even so, there are things you don't have to do everything yourself. As she unties him.
Is he like sort of flips over as he drops to the ground and he says, "Yes, I know that. But there are things I can stop you from needing to experience, and I will go to great lengths to make sure you never have to do that."
Listen, it would be really bad. This is out of character. It'd be really bad if she gave this gun to him and he shot her or something like that happened. That would be really bad. That's like her.
He
She's
takes
like,
a deep
Bad
breath.
ending number 73.
He takes a deep breath and he says, "Besides, that thing shouldn't be used unless you really mean it. And I don't think a doppelganger deserves to die. Not like
Well,
that,
let's just
anyway."
get out of here then. She looks.
Although,
She looks at the.
as he walks over, cracking his knuckles, I still really do hate them.
Hate what? Sorry, what's going on? What did he say? Hate what? Doppelgangers.
As he drives his fist clean through the squirming figure's chest. Have fun coming back, as you annoying sons of bitches do. As the corpse sort of shrivels to ash, he drops to the ground and says, and the first thing you hear, "I'm so sorry you had to go through that."
Aw, she's on the ground too, hugging him. She shakes his head. She says, I can't believe I didn't figure it out sooner. I got it right, myself."
Yes, you did.
Okay, thank God. Okay.
He sighs and he says, "Honestly, for a second there I was hoping you would just shoot us both. I would have rather died than put you through that.
Mira's like
But I suppose
shaking her
that would have
head
been worse for you in the end,
furiously.
wouldn't it?"
Mira's shaking her head furiously. She's like, "Don't ever say that. You." She takes a deep breath and she's like, legit. Like that sentence is making her not okay. She says, You remember when you said my life is valuable? You shouldn't put it at risk. Shouldn't think of it willy-nilly, etc. Your life is just as valuable. If not, and to me, if not more. So, she sighs. She says, don't ever say that. Do you understand?
He looks up with you, his eyes sort of puffy and red, tears trickling down his cheek. I'm sorry. I guess I'm bad at this whole being supportive thing.
She like pulls him into a deep hug, and she's just like she's probably like racked by this whole situation too, and ends up like some tears as she like softly chuckles, trying to make light of the situation. She's like, it's okay. We're both bad at different things. That's why we have each other, she says.
Come on. Let's go find your things.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Kitty.
Oh my goodness gracious. Great balls of fucking fire.
Is it over?
Oh, fucking, yes it is, thank God. Oh, that was terrible. That was absolutely terrible.
Well, they did say they were all emotional, so I give them that.
Hmm?
I was over here like, the right one sounds like the most Salvin I've ever heard Salvin ever.
Sorry about that. My cat was a dick.
Nope.
Salvin sighs and he says... Oh wait, he already said, come on, let's go get your things. That's where your scene's gonna end as you leave the cavern and make your way out again onto the plains of this thing. You find yourself outside of a city. This city is very immaculate. You can see at the center of the city, viewing all above it, is a tower that appears to be made of pure iron. Well, on the bright side, we found Despater's little castle, if you want to call it that. Or like an iron thorn in the side of the world, but to each their own, I suppose.
Mary's looking around to look for her friends. She's like, but where's everyone else?
That's a fair question. At this point, a hand reaches out from a nearby pit of mud.
It me.
It looks robotic, right?
Yes.
Mary's gonna get it out. She tries to pull out the hand. She like
Okay.
moves.
It takes
controls
both you
her.
and Salvin sort of tugging and pulling, and as you yank a very muddy cheapie out of a big-ass mud pit.
Gosh, Cheapy just keeps coming into this
Yes,
campaign.
she does.
She-
Lily. You yank a very muddy Lily.
Yeah, and like my magic's working, right? Because I was saying how I'm controlling Earth, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Can you please clean me up?
Mm-hmm. And she's gonna like press a dirt to tie all the dirt away. Oh no, she's using control elements anyway. She controls the dirt off of you.
And there is a body underneath there. Can you please help me get it out? I'm going to bury it.
What's the point? It's already in the ground.
I'm giving it a better grave.
Just put a tombstone there. Besides, everything that dies here doesn't stay dead. I wouldn't bother anyway.
It will make me feel better.
You're
Yeah.
gonna need a lot better than better feeling, trust me.
Mira shrugs and she's like.
Besides,
"Moves the
Lily,
dirt."
we have other people to find. Others that are hopefully not dead.
Would it take Mira a
Lily's-
lot of time?
Lily's gonna go ahead and try to undig the
Yeah.
body.
Again, like I was saying, Mira.
It
I'll
would
give
take
shit
you a
what
lot
Salvin
of time.
wants.
Alright, so
It's
even
like
with mover,
beneath a mile of dirt.
Remove Earth.
Earth.
So yeah, Mira
Mud.
looks over it. She like moves Earth and she doesn't find anything, and she looks over at Cheapy and she says, "Not Cheapy, Lily. Fuck."
You
Gosh,
should just
this
name.
makes you cheap.
Okay, Cheapy. Here's what we're
She
gonna
looks
do.
over
Your
to
next
Lily.
character.
No, stop,
Your next
stop,
character
stop.
needs to be called Cheapy,
No, it doesn't.
especially
No.
since it's gonna be a bird.
Nessa, I'm gonna do my thing.
Spoilers.
Thank you. So Mia's gonna look over at Lily and she says, it would take too long, and there's Nero out there and Ash that we still haven't found. Do you mind if we go and try to find them first? She will come back anyways.
Okay.
You'll have
But
to.
should we like pick up like a couple sticks, I guess, that are around and like make.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go with that. And Mira like pulls her out of the hole. She's like, "All right, come on, guys."
I'm gonna look back once more at the mound, and then keep going.
Suppose this is why they called this the circle of temptation.
That was not very tempting.
Oh, mine was not tempting either. She said mine was terrible. She says, chuckling.
I do not like to talk about mine.
He shakes his head and he says, temptation doesn't always have to be the good kind. There's bad temptations as well. As I'm sure the both of you have experienced. Me too, as well, I guess. Sorry, I was tempted to answer incorrectly on purpose.
Mira raises both eyebrows. She's like legit. She's going to full on punch him in the arm.
He's like, clearly I decided that would have been a bad idea.
I do not know what you two are talking about.
You don't need to know, Lily.
Mira shakes her head. She says, "You know how you don't want to talk about yours? It's okay. Right now I don't really want to think about ours either." She continues to walk. I'm gonna locate creature while we're walking. I'm gonna like do it off and on, off and on, off and on, because it's only a certain radius.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do Ash, then Nero, Ash, then Nero, Ash, then Nero.
Okay. You actually just run into Nero stumbling around in the woods.
Oh, we're like Nero.
I'm gonna have Lily run up and give him a hug.
I imagine Nero has kind of a somber look on his face.
Anything but.
Do you know what the word somber means?
Yes, I do.
What's your look like then?
I mean,
Well, crestfallen.
It's still somber.
that's somber.
Yeah.
Somber just normally means like very toned back, very,
Subdued.
definitely not happy.
Yeah, I'm not even close. I'm not even close to being happy, Mason. Trust me, I'm not even close.
Yeah, Lily's gonna
Exactly.
run up and give him a hug.
He's just gonna put his arm and pat her head while giving a small smile.
You are a good dad. Do not forget.
And you're a good daughter.
Let me guess, had a run-in with a late wife, or something of the sort.
Yep.
Hell
Had it on
will
the
do
money,
that to
so-
you.
Yeah, but it also gave me a new perspective I need to look at, though, so it wasn't so bad. How would your guys' go?
I don't want to talk about it.
Come on, what could honestly be bad? What could honestly be bad? Someone killing somebody?
Mira trying to make light of the situation. She says, "You know how you guys think handling one Salvin is hard?
Please don't tell me you fucked two of them.
Nero! Not
He has his hand
now!
on his ears. When he says this.
Mira
All right.
sighs and stops talking. Just walks.
He's like, alright.
I may have commit first-degree murder.
Okay. Who'd you kill?
Some old lady.
Ah. Well, as long as you don't leave any fingerprints, we're good to go. Okay. Where's Ash?
Parenting advice of the century here.
Jeez. Do none of you care about Rin? I mean, I know she's a bitch.
Oh
Man.
no, we're figuring Rin is with Ash.
Yeah, Nero's just come to the assumption that wherever Ring goes, Ash goes. So,
Well, you wouldn't be wrong. Though, ideally, it's not how I would like to have it. But it seems to be he follows me wherever I go, whether I like it or not.
I can't complain with the guy for being in love.
But you can complain about him needing a new pair of pants.
He needs a what now?
Why don't you
Is
explain it
Ash
to them?
I'd rather not.
Do we see that his pants are gone? Like,
They're not gone.
Completely.
During their trip here, Rin mended her robe and adjusted his pants for
Aw, so
decency.
Lily will clap her hands and go, "You have a penis
Damn, she
again."
didn't even give him his jacket back.
Your jacket got eaten.
Well, so did her robe.
No, her robe was taken off. She took the tight robe off during that exchange. The other woman took the tight robe off because it was too small.
Oh,
Gotcha.
Rin shouldn't have given him a thong.
No.
Oh,
Why would she do that?
it'd be hilarious.
No.
She wouldn't. That's the answer.
Yeah, I know.
She sighs and says, "Yes, Lily, he has that again."
A penis.
Lily, Lily. Say manhood. Do not say that word.
Here, guys,
Let's
just shut
change
up.
the subject.
I agree.
Trying to be a parent here. Give me cut me some slack.
Say
Nero,
manhood,
you
not
are a
penis.
terrible parent. Don't pretend otherwise.
I'm going to cut in there and say that he is a lot better than he could be.
Does it? There is things worse than terrible, Lily. It doesn't change the fact that terrible is terrible.
At
Yes,
least I'm
saying
not-
that.
yes,
Is
it
that
does.
Hey,
Yes, it does.
Hey! At least I don't complain. At least I don't complain about someone else's parenting instead of bitching about it.
Was that Rin or Salvin who was saying that?
Salvin has got hands off on this. He's like, I'm not a great parent.
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm not. I'm not even talking this. I'm talking more to Riz. She's
No,
a bitch.
Rin is just not in the mood.
And Nero's not in the mood either. He's straight up not in the mood with Farid shit today. He's not in the mood.
I don't think
That's what
anybody's
he's
in any mood for anybody's shit.
Especially not in the mood for
I mean-
Ren's kid right at this point.
Oh no.
Okay.
Now, I assume that city off in the distance is where we were attempting to go.
Mira's nodding. Yep, you got that right. The nice silver soaring thing.
I wouldn't exactly call it silver. Too
Well,
flat.
the metallic.
If you've seen raw iron, that shit is not metallic looking, even though it's metal.
Never
Do you know
mind.
what
She doesn't
graphite
say
looks like,
anything.
Rogue?
She doesn't say anything. She says the correct term.
Okay.
There you go.
Just let it go.
Yep.
Never!
Continuing
Let it
on,
go.
damn it.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's just a Mesa-ism.
A Mesa.
Mesa's picky. Picky Mesa's picky.
Mesa
Oh, yeah.
aneurysm.
Meme time is picky Mesa's picky. Okay. Moving on. So you approach the city. Mira still has no clothes or equipment.
Yep. Didn't find my things.
No.
She has her little metallic bikini.
Yep. I mean, it's not like the devils wear clothes anyway, so they don't give a shit.
Let it all hang loose.
You approach the gates of Dispater City. The guards stop you. But Salvin's like, look, I don't care about what you have to say today. We're going inside. Now you either can stand aside and let us in, or be turned into pavement. Your choice.
Mira says, with a persuasion, I would just stand aside and let us in.
Okay?
I'm not in the mood for this shit today.
Do you want me to
You
actually
can roll persuasion, it's just not going to be anywhere near as high as this intimidation.
No, yeah, she's just
I'm gonna
like an
I'm gonna
assist.
bump with someone's intimidation.
I'm not even going to roll. I'm just like,
I don't
I'm
think
just,
you need to.
We know it's high.
I don't think you need to.
Doing it anyway because I can.
Oh, no,
Sorry if I
my
don't have
dudes.
max stats. Shut up, Mesa.
No, my dude. This
sorry I don't have fucking max stacks.
It's not even max stats. His
Max stats.
intimidation is way higher than everything else because he has a race passive that grants him like plus 10 to intimidation for every 3 levels. As well as... wait, no, it's...
It's
is it
okay.
plus
You don't have to explain it to
Oh,
us.
it's
alright.
plus 30. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think at like level 3 he was already so intimidating none of the
Okay.
players could be not
Maisie, you don't need to explain it.
Go!
Okay.
Okay, so you enter the city. The city is full of basically people that refuse to make eye contact, and abandoned buildings. For a huge city, it doesn't seem like anybody lives in any of these buildings.
But there's people around.
Very degraded looking people. Gray skin, soulless looking eyes.
Okay.
Okay, we're heading towards the Spader's place, right?
Mm-hmm. You are approaching the Spader's tower. As you approach the tower, a loud voice booms out. Who dares trespass in my city?
Hello, I am Lilium. This is Nero, my dad. This is me. I'm going to continue on introductions.
Mara sighs. She says, she's like, I don't want to have to beat anyone else up today.
You're not gonna get a choice.
Salvin speaks up and says, we don't need to beat up the Spader. He's maybe a devil, but if I remember correctly, he's not exactly on the best of terms with Asmodeus. We may be able to reason with him.
Alright.
So Mira's just gonna, after Lily finishes the introduction, she simplifies it and says, the hunter and his party were here to see the Spader.
And why should I want to see you? Salvin speaks up this time. Look, we're just looking for passage. We're willing to make an agreement if you need to make one. You may enter, but leave your possessions outside.
Mira shrugs. I don't have anything.
Lily will open her little compartment and drop some dried flowers.
Salvin puts a hand on Lily and says, for reason's sake, I know this seems mean, but can you wait outside?
Mira, like,
I'm going to look over at Mira because, like, again, I don't...
Mira looks
Give a shit.
between the two and she says,
In fact,
she puts
as
her
he
hand out, she
turns
puts
to
her
the
hand
rest
on
of
Leah's
you,
lips.
it may be better if you all wait outside.
You gonna go talk with him by yourself, Salvin?
Not entirely by myself, but it may be... I may need some assistance, as he sort of shoots a glance in Mira's direction, but otherwise,
Mira's
the
gonna put
less
a
people,
hand-
the less people there, the less likely he'll be threatened.
Mira puts a hand on Lily's shoulder. She says, she kind of whispers. She leans over and whispers in her ear. She says,
Hey, little mama, let me whisper in your ear. What do you want?
she says, I know sometimes Salvin's request can be...
I do not like Salvin.
She pats her on the back as she's whispering. She's like, but sometimes some of his ideas are kind of right. We'll be back soon. Are you okay to wait out here with everyone?
I suppose, since you asked nicely.
Alright. And she like smiles at her and she like thanks her. And she's like, okay, we'll be back soon, guys.
Alright, we'll be here.
Mira looks at Sal and she's like, I wouldn't let you go in there alone anyways. As she starts following him.
He sighs. Okay.
Watch out for each other, she says, like they're walking away.
Alright, we will cut to what Mira and Salvin talked to Dissipator about, but hey, before you guys have time to chat,
I kind of want to explore. So there's
She said,
buildings.
they'll be right back. Don't get into trouble. Stick together. That's exactly what she just said.
Nero's gonna look at Lily and says, all right, Lily, let's go exploring. Where do you want to go?
You really are terrible at following orders, aren't you?
Yes. I want to see the buildings. Let's go look inside.
Lily, in order for us to get in the buildings, we need to ask permission. Second of all,
We will knock on the door.
I do not know much of Dispater, but I doubt he would like us wandering around. It most likely would not help Salvin and Nero's case.
This time would be a good time to talk about what you went through.
Why would I talk about these hooligans? Only one I would talk to is Nero.
she has a point. I would talk to Ash and Lily about it, but not much.
Let's just throwing ideas out.
So,
Oh no, it's a great idea.
I'd assume you
It's a
all
good
were,
idea.
the two of you
It's
are
definitely not
harassed
what a
by
character
someone
should-
from your pasts as well.
Wait,
I
what
do
did
not
they-
think it was someone from my past. She claimed to be, and then I killed her.
Doesn't seem too far off the mark. And you, Nero? You get to visit your late wife?
Yeah,
Everyone's automatically guessing that.
yeah. Got to see my late wife. I have a somber expression on my face again, like a thin line on my mouth.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got to see my late wife, and I've got a new perspective on some things. I have a lot on my mind because of it, but I'll be fine with it. And you?
Let's just say some past mistakes came to bite me in the ass today. And Ash was caught up
Aww.
And Ash was there?
in it. Well,
Oh. There is something that she did tell me while we were together for a bit. She said that there was an incoming danger on the horizon. She doesn't know when it's going to be coming to us, but it's going to be really relevant for all of us, myself included in that.
that's indeed ominous. They say the dead have the ability to see beyond the veil, but what they see is not exactly explainable. I wouldn't
Can the
know.
dead come back?
Dead
Dead
is
cannot-
not just dead the way you think it may be, Lily. After all, we are technically trespassing in the land of the dead. Most of the people you see here have died at some point or are dead.
And most of the people that are here as well will after being here, they will cease to exist. Because one of the things my wife did tell me was that after a while, she will no longer cease to exist after being here.
Then if the dead claim who they are they actually them?
I'll be right back.
They may be, or they may not be. Death drives some people insane.
What if they were insane to begin with?
Well, it's most likely just making the rabbit hole that much deeper.
Yep. Much,
My
much deeper.
dominance was the living and keeping them as pure as they were when they were alive. I didn't pay much to what happened after them when they died. Now, I do feel sort of bad for the people stuck in a place like this.
I do not.
I feel bad as well.
What
but
happened to you, Lily?
I would not like to talk. It was not good.
Very well.
considering none of our experiences so far have not been pretty well. Even Salvin and Mira don't even want to talk about it, and Salvin normally isn't shaken by anything. So for him to be shaken for what happened between them must be something big.
It is hell. What did you expect?
I expected a lot of flowers and unicorns and rainbows.
Though I wish the person that was with me was more at peace. But I suppose for her, that is not possible.
Red, I have a question for you. How do you move on from someone that you've loved?
I wish I had an answer for you, Nero. But I don't. The truth is, you don't live for what was. You try to live for what is and what will be. It's difficult. Sometimes. It's best usually to just not think about everything you've lost. And try to think about what you still have. However little it may be.
Maybe you're right. As he rubs Lily's, he puts a hand on Lily's head and rubs it again.
I still do not understand why you do that.
It's a sign of companionship, family, and trust.
Really? Because I'm pretty sure when people pet their dogs like that, it's them treating them like animals.
Do you see me like an animal?
Oh, they took something sweet and turned it into that thing.
Out of context, this is why she's a bitch! Anyway.
Rin is making this comment specifically because she hates when people try to pet her because she looks like a dog.
Yeah. Nero's just gonna look at Rin with a straight line, somber expression again. It says, "This is not something. This is not something to be used for being a dog or a pet. Example: if I would come up and pet you on the head, I would not do it in a demeaning manner. I would do it more as a playful or fun manner.
You also wouldn't have a hand shortly afterward.
I can also regenerate that hand if you took it off.
Doesn't change the fact that I would still eat your hand for it.
I can always replace missing limbs."
Oh. Just saying.
What did I miss?
Chatting.
You missed something. You actually missed some decent stuff.
Yeah, we're continuing to build on the fact that the three of them actually do know each other relatively well. Because they did work with Ren for a sizable amount of time.
Oh yeah.
I like to think that Ash was just like off in La La Land thinking about really deep stuff. Or drugs.
Probably thinking like, damn, I had a boner. and then a snake came out of nowhere and just ate something.
I know.
Just tuned right back
Need
in.
another monster though.
Well, Nero's gonna look at Ren and says, "Regardless, it's not supposed to be demeaning. I'm never doing it in a demeaning manner. It's more of a playful and family thing. My father used to do this to me all the time when I was around Lily's height."
I wouldn't
My
know.
mother never did that.
My father was an ass. Both of them, at least.
You had two fathers?
Forget I said anything.
Oh, no. This is interesting.
I said, forget I said anything.
I had a single mother.
Give me a reason why.
I don't need to explain.
Stir
it to
that
the
hornet's
likes of
nest.
Everything
Let's
bottled up
move on.
and see what that'll do to you. Yeah, Mir and Salvin now.
you. Okay. You ascend your way up these stairs. It seems to be getting colder and colder and colder the higher up you go. And you finally reach the main room near the spire. A tall man, extremely tall in fact. Dang it, I was just looking at it a second ago. And my eyes drifted apart. And now I don't see where it is. Oh yeah.
Strayed.
He's dressed sort of unlike anybody else you've seen. He's dressed rather regally, in like a wizard's robe. His horns are much smaller, and you can see three barbed tails sort of twitching behind him, showing his discomfort. His skin, instead of the toned red like the others is a very, very black color. In fact, you would be able to describe it as if his skin was made of a clean obsidian stone, giving him sort of this rugged appearance.
Okay.
Large wings, bat-like, come out of his shoulders. Obviously nowhere near as big as your own, but still. He looks you down and says... he looks the two of you up and down and says, "What could you possibly need passage through my domain for? After all, the living are rarely welcomed among the dead."
Does Salvin look like he's going to say anything?
Salvin sort of nudges you because...
Okay. Because I'm better at talking.
well, also because he wants you to start, just because he probably sensed you, said you start. I usually tend to set people off if I talk first.
Mayor says, "We aren't here to inconvenience you, and we apologize if we're doing so. We're really here to try to get past, to find Tiamat, or to get to her."
Oh,
That's true.
yes. I heard about that.
About us being here for Tiamat?
No. About Tiamat's current position. I've made sure to remain as far away and uninvolved with that as possible.
Do you not like the situation?
Not one bit. I never trusted that witch, that fell beast, in our homes ever.
Yeah.
She is a liar,
does, like-
a thief, and a sneak. And
Yeah,
on
just
top
like-
of that, she's vicious and cruel.
Mayor's nodding the whole time.
And this
she
is
looks
coming
at us-
from someone who finds most of those words not terribly unattractive.
Mira she's been nodding slowly through this whole thing, and she kind of lets out a soft, like, sigh, like, chuckle. She's
I'll leave it.
well, I'm glad that we're wanting the same thing. We're not wanting her down here at all either. So we're really trying to get passage and hoping that you'll allow us to, so we can help fix your problem.
It's not necessarily my problem directly. I'm just not happy about it. I have other problems
she
that I
says-
care about.
Mira nods. She says, "I worded it poorly. My apologies."
What do I have to gain from letting you pass into the third layer? The third circle? After all,
Even
you wouldn't really gain anything from it.
Mira does. She says, "True, but I know that it isn't your problem. But as you said, you don't enjoy her being here. We could let you enjoy your home a bit more, even though she isn't necessarily a problem. We'll get rid of her for you. Most likely," she says. Hopefully.
And if you fail in this, I'll be in the firing line. I gain nothing from that, except slight peace if you succeed. No monetary, no physical gains, though monetary mean naught to me. Why? Why should I let you pass? It would be easier to simply detain you in this tower and never let you leave. After all, I know the hunter may be strong, but none are stronger than I inside my own tower.
That's what the last guy said.
That's what I
Yeah.
was thinking in my head. Mira kind of like she chuckles and she's thinking that in her own head. And she says, "We've heard that before." That's not a threat to you.
Salvin speaks up and he says, I know you've had some issues in the past. Specifically with Mammon. I'm not sure the specifics of the issue, but I won't be wanting to ask questions. Here's the deal. In order to get to Tiamat, we're going to have to go after Asmodeus. I know you are technically obedient to him, but never really cared for him much. If we take care of Mammon for you, will you let us pass? There's a long silence. Your offer is tempting. Very tempting indeed. But how can I be sure of your sincerity on such an offer? If I let you through under such stipulations and you go back on your word, Mammon will come down directly on me, and I'll have more problems than I ever began to start with.
We aren't ones to go back on our word, and I know that you don't know us very well. She looks to Salvin as she, like, has this face of pondering and, like, sending to him. She's like, does he want, like, compensation? Or collateral?
He
She's
responds and
sending
he says, from what I understand, Mammon betrayed him and his allies Mephistopheles. Judging by the way demons, or devils, tend to run things, he probably wants him dead.
She's sending, like, this is happening super, super quick. She's like, how can we assure him that we're going to kill him?
Salvin sighs and he says, I'm sure you're aware of this by now, but Zarael is dead. We have proof we are capable of doing what you ask for, and we're offering. You can either take it or leave it, but that's our offer. Very well. Here's the deal. You take care of Mammon for me, and I won't alert the rest of every one of the dukes and duchesses of your current transgressions. After all, I suppose word does have to come through here one by one. I admit I have withheld that information from everyone else, as it would have to pass through my realm. However, once Mammon dies, they will know. But it won't be on my head for withholding it. Here's the deal. If you are to pass through here, I want you to not just deal with Mammon, but I need you to deal with Beelzebub and Asmodeus as well. If we have an agreement there, then we will see to your passage. Salvin looks to Mira and he says, that's the end message in sending. He says he's also asking us to take care of the 7th Lord as well as the 9th, which we were going after anyway.
Mira looks to the guy and she says, that sounds like a good deal to us.
Very well. I will have some servants take you to the entrance of Minaros in a few hours. During that time, I invite you to stay in one of the nearby abodes. None of them are occupied for various reasons. Avoids the ones that smell.
They're not. She says, thank you for your consideration.
I don't do it out of consideration. I do it because I do not want the subjects around here to be continually looking at things that walk and talk.
Mia chuckles. She says, fair enough. Now we'll get out of your hair.
Okie doke.
Okay. They leave.
The two of you exit the tower to find a group of people bickering.
Ash has said nothing. Fuck off.
She says,
I don't think they're
hey,
bickering.
guys." She
More of a conversation than anything else.
Don't look at me, Chelsea.
I will look at you. You're right there. Hello.
You don't see nothing.
she's like putting her hands over her head.
Good, and you're a
You're not
shitty
saying anything
friend.
because you're happy because you have a boner again.
Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the bathroom. You guys do your thing.
So how'd the meeting go, Salvin?
Let's just say we've added a few
Run,
more people
Chelsea.
to our hit list. Hope you guys are willing to get your hands dirty again.
So who
I've
are we-
already killed one person today. I am ready to do some more.
So who are we killing, Salvin?
We're going to be needing to take out Mammon, as well as Beelzebub on top of Asmodeus.
Who's
At
that
this
again?
rate, we're gonna end up murdering more than half the Lords of Hell.
Well, nothing else to do, I guess.
Let's just hope the demons don't decide to attack afterward.
The team.
Yeah, well,
They
considering
are
the...
rather unpredictable.
Mm,
Is that supposed to be a shot at me? She's eyeing Ash, sort of coyly.
There is no right term for that.
Can't really
Yep.
make a shot at you without making a shot at myself now, can I?
Touché.
Did it.
Shall we then?
Well, what's the plan? How are we going to move forward? We are to wait until we're escorted to Minaros. Until then, we have been instructed to get off the streets.
Alright.
Interesting.
So I suppose pick a building each of you like.
I'm gonna point at a random one and say, I want that one.
I guess we're going that
Bear and I
one.
are gonna find somewhere private.
Do I have access to my spells now? By chance?
You've had access to your spells ever since you left the pit.
Okay. Ash is gonna go to his living room.
You can't. That's not how demiplanes work. So how demiplanes work, Scoot, is you can create a demiplane, but once it's created, it's attached to a plane. If you move your living room here, all your demiplanes that are attached to it will be now attached to the 9 hells instead of Salvin's plane. You can do that, but you'll move your house.
Can I not just
So
dimension
maybe
door
don't
to
move your house.
That's not how Dimension Door works.
it? Okay.
Yeah.
That was my question.
You can find a place, though. And if you would like to find a place separate from the others, you may.
Ash is just gonna hang around Rin, I guess.
Well, you do have to find a place, somewhere to go. You've been ordered out of the streets. So you either can specifically go and look for a building, or Mina's probably gonna pick whatever building Lily picks. And you'll probably just follow her.
Yep.
Okay?
Oh, you guys are gonna follow Lily.
Yeah, I'm already next to Lil walking to the house you picked.
He's already done. He's already gone. He's like, okay. What the daughter wants, I guess.
Which one do you like, Donnie?
Daddy will get that. Oh, that's not bad.
That was bad. That was real bad.
Please no. Please no.
Yeah.
Please no.
Please do not fist the robot girl. I remember.
PSA: Do not fist robot girls.
You
Very good PSA.
And it's one of those pictures of someone's fingers getting crushed between some gears.
Yep. It's already been added to the channel.
Oh, damn it.
Alright, so I'm guessing myself, Ash, Lily, and Ren are all in the same house, while Salvin and Mira in one.
I'm betting that is literally the picture.
Okay.
You went to a private house with Salvin.
Yeah.
Private house with Salvin, and then everyone else followed Lily.
All because
To a mud house, no I'm joking. Alright.
so Salvin sits you down. Well, I mean, he doesn't forcibly sit you down, but he like sort of sits down, and it's not a very big one. It's sort of just like a empty house with a table and chairs, bed with no mattress, that kind of thing.
Okay.
It's an abandoned home.
No, yeah.
He sighs and he says, "I'm sorry about earlier. I could have done something. I should have done something, but
What could you have done?
could have tried to stop what we had run into, but it was caught off guard and I messed up. And because of that, you had to go through what you had to go through today."
Mira. She says, it's okay. We're both okay. We both made it out fine. And I'm gonna have to go through things. Sometimes you won't be able that we'll both have no say on. It's how the world works. It's how she chuckles. She says, I mean, think about our entire journey together. Lots of things happen that we can't control. We just have to get through it together, and it's okay. You helped me a lot more than you thought you did. I picked you, didn't I?
Later on down the road, we discovered that she picked the wrong one.
Nope. That's
That's what I was thinking. It's like, it's just been...
Nope. I refuse. Thank
No,
you very much.
she did pick the right one. In all
Damn
sincerity.
it, you had to leave that up in the air.
No, I didn't actually.
Nope.
I wish you would, Ed.
Nope.
I like the idea of discussing the theory behind that. He's like a really good father, actually. He comes to love Mira and everything.
Oh my god.
And now he like realizes he can
Everyone's
never tell
head
it
canon,
ever.
but this is not true. Thank you very much. Alright, but yeah, she says that.
Yeah.
He takes a
I will
deep
just
breath and
make
says,
stamp this post.
"Mira, how much are you willing to sacrifice?"
She looks a bit confused. Where is this coming from? And why do you ask? And what for?
There's
She says,
He takes a breath
Who
and
are
says,
you? What? Where?
"I
And why?"
suppose I do need a little more frame of reference for you. I have a way that could form a link between you and I, that we would never be out of contact with each other, unless one of us were to actually truly die. But
okay.
I've never done it before, and it's irreversible."
She says, I'm seeing no negatives here.
The process is also not entirely comfortable. In fact, one would consider it painful.
Mira chuckles again. She's like, Salmonheim. My body itself has tried to rip itself apart from the inside. I've been impaled by multiple things. I think I'll be okay. She says, I even birthed an egg. And she's like, I think I can handle it. Pain threshold's kind of high.
But we wouldn't be able to keep anything from each other. We would be able to read each other's emotions, so if we wished to, we would be unable to be apart.
Mira smiles and she says, you remember 2 years ago before I went in the tower? How I said no secrets? I'm fine with that.
Are you sure?
So what's the process? She nods and smiles. She says, so what's the process?
Come here. He
Okay.
takes his shirt off
She
and
goes over to him.
presses himself up against you, and he says, he wraps his arms around you and says, this may sting a bit.
She says, I'm ready.
A sharp pain explodes from your heart
Okay.
as it feels as if two massive holes are torn into it.
She probably she's trying not to make noise and make him feel bad for it. So she probably goes, but holds the rest back.
You even see him wince a bit.
Okay.
And at first, as you feel your heart pumping, you feel it pumping emptier and emptier. And then something comes back through it. It's hot. Very hot. Almost burning sensation, but not quite that hot. And your heart begins to pump it through you. The feelings begins to spread all throughout your body.
Okay.
And it sort of solidifies into a regularness. Salvin sort of pulls away from you, and as you can see, upon his chest on both sides, there's two white-hot scars. In your head you hear, well, did it work?
She probably is surprised and the first words that she is probably ha in her head. She's like, yeah, it did. She puts her hand upon the scars. She's like, are you okay? And she
It feels
examines them.
a little cold.
Cold? And Mirrors feels hot, right?
And he says, is your temperature really that much lower than mine?
She's like, is yours this hot?
Perhaps.
She's like, no wonder you don't get cold that easily.
You feel the feeling still flowing through you.
Well, that's cool.
As it feels, it simply feels like there's two new valves added to your heart.
Not that I have another heart, it's just two new valves on my heart.
He says, in order for the link to be properly established.
So you got a 4-chamber heart now. Congratulations on that.
Yeah.
Or a...
For the connection to properly be established,
chamber? Yeah, whatever.
the targets would need to share a force of life. Since blood carries the strongest sense of spirit, the easiest thing to do is to make links between the heart. We physically share a circulatory system now.
She kind of chuckles as she looks down at his chest and she's examining herself. She's like, that's amazing. So no matter where you are, we'll always be in touch. Doesn't matter what plane, what place.
Essentially, The process involves... The process involves embodying a permanent sort of planar tube attached between the two of us.
What's happening?
Your blood is now flowing through my veins as mine flows through yours.
Are they compatible? Like, are they both like, you know,
They're both O
negative?
positive.
Yep, definitely.
They're both-
He sort of fidgets and he says, I, as long as we are conscious, we can speak to each other, no matter where we are.
Bang.
And we will always know who it is.
Mira has like this big smile across her face, so she like gives him a hug. She says, "That sounds perfect to me."
That's so sad.
But in turn, you pretty much have no more privacy.
She says it's overrated, especially with you. I mean, she says, "And what do we need to keep from each other, anyways?"
But he really wanted to keep that he was like had like a little monster form going on there for a while, and I didn't know.
She says, "I don't have anything that I necessarily have to hide or want to. I mean, even if anything did develop, the only person that I would want to talk about it with first and foremost would be you."
I guess, but... I didn't want to overwhelm you with what I'm feeling.
And Mira like snaps her fingers. She says, "Oh no!" She snaps her fingers. As, like she realizes, and she doesn't say it aloud. Like she's been trying to talk out loud. So like, it's like she says it in her mind sometimes. But it's like interchangeable because she's not used to it. She like forgets that she's not talking, and she'll remember, and she'll talk out loud again. She'll forget and she'll talk inside her head. But then she like snaps her fingers as she realizes. She's like, "I can, like, if he's ever confused, this is the thought that comes into her head. If he's ever confused, I can help him. I can help him understand, because we'll be able to feel it, both of them." Mira, but then the thing Mira says out loud is she says, "What about yourself?" She says, "Out of the two of us, you know how emotional I can get." She says, "For a fact."
That's not really a problem anymore, though.
Most of the time, it comes out now and again. But no, it's not as a problem. She... Oh man, this is so cool. I was just thinking about stuff. She ultimately, the big sense that he gets is she's amazed. She loves this idea. She thinks, like, she does not, like, there's no sense of overwhelming. There's just like only acceptance and like love there. And one thing she's gonna say is she says, "The most overwhelmed I felt is waking up." She says, "Is when we were fighting. My dad dies. Wake up 6 months pregnant. It's like it's and then 2 years go by. Stuff like that. That's overwhelming. Sometimes. Most of the time.
Sometimes
Definitely.
killing dad's fine.
Definitely overwhelming." She says, "This." Being able to feel what you feel and understand what you're thinking? No, that's not overwhelming at all," she says. "It's comforting, personally," she says. "So don't worry. Okay?"
I just hope I don't force more change on you through this process.
She cocks her head. Meaning.
Well, I'm not entirely worried about it completely overriding you or anything, but after all, it hasn't overwritten the pillar. But I doubt this process will be uneventful on your form.
This is the player laughing. I'm like, let's just think about how Mira started. And look at what she is right now.
I know.
She's just nothing new to her. She's just like gotten used to it at this point. That is exactly what her mind is right now. She's like, I'm so used to just things randomly happening. I don't really care.
Just go with the flow. Like, nah.
She's like, just go with the flow. If something
It's
happens.
another Sunday.
Oh well, it's still me. That's what she thinks in her head. Oh man, it's another Sunday.
It's just another Sunday.
Okay, but no, so yeah, she's like, no matter what change happens, I'm so used to it, and it's still going to be me no matter what, so it's okay. Like, that's the thoughts that go through her head.
Quick question. What time do we plan on ending tonight?
You should probably end kind of soon, but I do
Oh.
want to sort of
Oh.
have a wrap up with
That's what I
Scoot
smell,
sort
I'm
of thing,
fine.
because he's sort of left in the dark.
So I wanna talk to Nero before we do that.
We also need to remember as well some
Well,
of the stuff's online.
What time are you wanting to eat off?
I know for a fact I'm making an A
I'm-
in airline management.
Well, I still want to hang out with you a little bit, and then
Mhm.
I gotta do homework.
Mm-hmm. What time are you wanting to go to bed?
I already know
Max.
I'm making an A in Jerry's class.
Max?
I know that for a fact.
Is
I gotta
Scoot still here?
calculate it. Hold on.
Pro-pilot, I do not know right now.
Because I have to calculate the
Who's
fact
still
that
here?
school.
Management.
I don't have to get up an hour early to go.
Yeah,
I'll
you're like
back
10
I'm
minutes.
supposed to manage right now, yeah.
Yeah, I need to ask you how you go in the
I
morning.
haven't seen the last test grade we got. So
It's
maybe
straight.
check that out.
You'll
It's a
see.
good
I'll show you.
Okay.
And right now I'm making a high B
I got
in the lab because of
9:30
one
is
of
what my
the
class is.
exams we did for the class. What are you doing? Why?
Probably 10 p.m.
Okay.
So I'll give us enough time to hang out together and get my homework done. Because I have
I don't wanna
most
talk
of
about
it.
hacker computing.
So getting off at
Period.
D&D at 10 or going to bed
I'll
at
put
10?
it this. I'll put it this
Getting
way.
off
I've
at
been
D&D
taking
at
it
10.
funny this
All right, so Missa, did you hear that?
I'm annoyed at the professor at this point.
I mean, if
as well.
Mesa wants to stop early, that's fine. Because if
No.
a tired DM does
Yeah.
not make it a good session.
No, it doesn't.
Wait, what's going
Hey,
on?
Mesa, no, we figured out a time that Cheapy's needing to get off. I think he left. What time is everyone else needing to get off? Obviously, we're going to get off whenever Mesa calls it, because we don't want tired DM.
Yeah, he just
But-
muted himself.
Yeah, he's muted himself.
Noah.
I can
what
get off
time
on
are you-
that. I can get off
whenever?
whenever. Listen, my class isn't until 1 tomorrow.
Okay, Scoot.
You lucky dog.
I'm good.
No. You good whenever? Okay.
Guess it just depends on DM.
hmm
DM and Cheaps. Okay.
'Cause
Because
I
Cheapy
wanna
has
talk-
to get off at 10, max.
Yeah.
So
And
9
then-
o'clock for us then. That's 3 hours.
And then I want Lily and Nero's character to talk together.
Yay! Man, cool shit's happened. It took us a while to get the ball rolling, but cool shit's happened.
I like how y'all assumed another Gadriel was in the making, and it's like you guys were definitely not paying attention.
No.
Well, you see, I wasn't even saying that seriously. I was saying that as a joke because what's the first reaction Gadriel had when he saw his wife? Pow!
That wasn't my first reaction, though. I just asked her a bunch of
know.
questions, and she's just like,
Grandmama.
"Grandmama."
Mesa.
Eventually, and then when I was just like, "Okay, this is a crazy lady. This is not happening. Goodbye now." Just gonna shoot this one. I think he's come back in.
No, he's muted.
Yeah.
Ah. That's so cool. I didn't know that was possible. Oh, now for definite fact, some physical change is gonna happen to Mira again. if not multiple.
I mean, you're not gonna get a snake dick, so I mean,
That's true.
I like that was his first worry. Did my dick eat my girlfriend?
Right?
Well, consider
that's
Oh,
what I
yeah.
thought it was because both of me and Chelsea shared a look together, and we're like,
I didn't think it was that. I was just
That's
like,
what I thought it was.
That's what I thought it was too. I was like, is this dick turning into a snake? What's going on?
It's like, and then out of the darkness, oh,
There's
no.
a snake in my pants
a
instead of your
snake.
boots.
a snake wraps around her body and snaps it in half.
No, it didn't snap her in half. It bit her in half.
Wow.
Like, I was like, did you kill your girlfriend with your dick? Like, Jesus.
Okay. Now I'm
Damn.
actually really curious.
Uh,
So
That's not a good thing to
Let's
say.
do
Never
it.
mind.
let's hear it. Ren, you basically saw Ren's doppelganger, right?
No, I think what I'm thinking.
the only
it
one who
is-
had to deal with doppelgangers is Salvin and me.
Yeah,
And maybe my character.
I think that's like a part of Ren's consciousness that she's been like
Yeah.
repressing.
That's one thing that I was thinking is like the part of her that died. Because it's hell,
Mhm.
we've been dealing with dead things.
Yeah,
Man.
I mean, yeah. Like, I didn't know if there's like a secret to my puzzle or anything. I was just like, time to break it.
Man, Tyler and Cheeps were just laughing at me. I'm like, I really don't want to kill him.
Well, the one that said like, I'm sorry. I'm like, that's Salvin. That's the most Salvin
Yeah,
I've
that's
ever
exactly-
ever
That's
been.
exactly what I thought. But I was like, I must
I know
be sure.
that Mesa like says things for a reason, but I think he may have slipped up a little bit. Because
Mhm.
that little joke that was shared between Ash and Rin, he used the word coy. I don't think that's the word he was meaning to use.
Bless you.
Ow! Shit. That hurt. It's like, it's supposed to be a flirty word. I think.
Sometimes
Koi can also
depends.
be different. Yeah, koi can mean other things other than like being just a flirty word.
It depends on like who's talking with what and what situation it is for
Yeah,
koi.
context. Mhm.
Simpering,
That's the last fucking-
flirtatious, kittenish, shy, modest, bashful.
Yeah, shy. See?
Yeah.
Well, at least I
I
had my.
love this.
I'm happy and sad.
Same.
There goes the last fuck I give.
I like that you keep posting Naruto ship, you fucking weeb.
Hey, is me.
He always posts the same things.
Hey, I've posted some new stuff here. That last one's new.
It's so hard to.
Yeah, that's true. But
A lot of stuff that I post is better. So
I mean, I could post the SW stuff
There
because
he
that'd be
is.
funny.
Did
Over
you get the
here, ding
message I got,
dong.
Mesa?
What?
Did you get the message I just sent? Basically, Cheapy's good till 10. Just all depends on whenever you're wanting to get off. If you're ever feeling tired or whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Because everyone else is good till
I mean, I'm
whenever.
gonna have to break for dinner soon, so.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, we can wrap up and stop there.
We can pause or stop or
But
whatever.
here's the
Probably
thing.
need to stop,
but
considering if we start again, it'll be like an hour session.
So,
6:27. We paused for an hour, so we get back at 7:30. You have to get off at
Yeah.
10. It's 9 for us, so yeah, that'd be about 2 hours. Give or
and we
take.
can. Sorry, 2 seconds.
I mean,
you wanna
the,
pause-
the rest of that would probably be the pretty much unavoidable comment with Mammon. And, I mean, I'm pretty sure Mammon's not going to be that hard to kill. Because,
Yeah,
all the Archdevils actually have their own stats, so that actually makes them super easy to run. And then
Yeah.
they also die super easy.
yeah, they do. So I think we'll be solid and we'll be fine for a bit.
Also-
You two can just hang.
Ye-
technically.
Yeah.
Well, you're
Don't
almost above
waggle your
gods.
eyebrows at me, Chelsea.
I waggle my eyebrows at everyone. Goodness.
Let's go ahead and have Cheapy Cheeps, the lead character, speak with Noah's Nero character.
Cheapy cheeps. Okay.
You're the cheap version of Cheapy Chirp.
The cheap version?
Mm-hmm.
Well, cheapy chirp is a pun on being a cheapskate already, so.
You're a cheap sheep.
Cheap. I'm a Chesapeake. All right,
You're
let's
cheap
go.
cheap. You're a fish now.
Alright.
All right, so paint the scene for us, Mesa.
You're in an abandoned house.
Is it a nice abandoned house?
It's an abandoned house. It looks dilapidated because it hasn't had any maintenance in who knows how many years.
All right, and what else is here?
Like,
Is there furniture?
Beds without mattresses.
yep, beds without mattresses, dusty, creaky old tables, broken faucets, that kind of stuff.
All right, and so it's me, Nero, Rin, and Ash because they decided to follow us.
Yep.
All right. Lily's gonna come up to Nero and go, "Hey, can I talk to you for a moment?"
Sure, alright.
And then she's gonna lead him to a different room, away
Okay.
from Snake Dick over there and.
And then Nero looks at Ash, he's like,
That's Ash's new nickname is Snake Dick. You are now
Yeah,
Captain
Ash.
Snake Dick.
Just in stealth.
He's gonna say, we'll be right back, man, okay?
Okay.
We're
Do
gonna
leave
sing
the room.
Sis.
Yeah, we leave the room. And we go to another room. Is it empty? Does it have
Yeah.
something in it?
We'll just say it's empty, and I'm gonna close the door.
Okay.
And she's gonna be like, "So you saw your dead wife, yes?"
Somber expression with a thin line. He's like, yes, I did.
I saw a woman claiming to be my mother. She was very old, though. But she was just about as crazy. She did not scream or hit me yet, though.
How long did you stay with her?
How long did I stay with her, Mesa?
That exchange was probably at most half an hour.
An hour? Okay.
I was there for an hour.
Did anything happen?
Well, I killed her.
Before that.
It
Destroyed
was.
their house.
They destroyed the house, yeah.
Before that?
Before that. Yes. I woke up, and she was definitely not in her right mind. She asked me to make a bed, and there was no bed. We were in a mud house that I think she might have made with herself, but the door was very familiar and locked, with at least 12 locks.
And when you said you killed her, she's completely dead, correct?
Probably not. We are in
Probably.
hell.
We might be in hell, but that doesn't mean even the damned can't be killed. Just cease to exist.
That Salvin said to the group a couple times that things here don't stay dead. Or Rin said it, or someone said it.
Rin.
Rin.
I'll point that out to him.
I don't know then.
I suppose I do find it disquieting that she might be stuck down here. While my mother was not a good person, I still loved her. I only accidentally killed her the first time.
But this
Not
time
the
you meant
second
it.
time.
This time I did not know who that was. And I was scared. So I just decided to follow my gut instinct, so to speak. And made a gun and shot her in the face. Her back.
How
Shot
do
her in the
you-
back of the head, Abraham Lincoln style. Oh yeah.
I assassinated the bitch.
Here's my question, Lily. How do you feel about seeing the person you think was your mother? And also, what's your thoughts process on killing her? What do you feel?
Near the
Conflicted.
therapist.
Near the therapist. We've conjured up like
Yes, but how does that make you feel?
feel.
Shut up, Snake Dick. Anyway,
Shut up, Snake Dick. Yeah, she's just. It's like, I do not know. This is why I wanted to talk to you. I feel conflicted,
okay.
upset.
Hmm.
He's writing this all down on the notepad.
Yep. With like pretend glasses on his face.
Got like a pretend mustache.
I imagine he actually would do that to like make her feel better. Like
I would actually. Borrow her a notepad and pencil.
I believe I was on the verge of what you might call a panic attack. She said she would not let me outside.
Mm-hmm.
This time I did not freeze or shut down. I killed her.
my
What do you-
answer to the solution was death.
Hold on.
My answer to the solution was murder.
After killing her, what did you feel? Besides the feeling of wanting
Oh, God.
to escape.
Well, I blew the door down, and then the whole house collapsed on top of me.
Skynet,
No.
the super
Watch.
duper secret origin story.
What? Not after you shot the door down. What did you want to do? What did you feel after you shot her? Did you feel anything? Like
I
you just
felt hollow.
Well, you are a robot.
I got synthetic organs. Fuck off.
You might be having the feeling that I felt after I was brought back from being dead.
Well, I did die shortly after I left my home.
Turns out Mom was right.
Basically. Well, it's not like her mom ever taught her about the outside world, so bandits found her and killed her. The end.
Found her, killed her, scavenged her for parts. Oh yeah.
You know, bandit things.
But back on the topic though. You're feeling hollow because even after you did what you wanted to do and got out, and after you seeing this aberration of or imitation of your mother again, you killed her, you felt hollow inside. You didn't know you're feeling hollow because it's more of a false victory or a false.
But I do
false
not
vic-
feel victorious. I did what I have to survive. And I would not be stuck again.
But did you
All
ever
right.
think? But did you ever think your mother wanted to keep you safe for you to survive?
No. She yelled at me a lot and told me I was not a good Lily. And I think by that she means I was not like her own daughter, who I was modeled after.
You can't replace something that has been lost, especially a life.
She tried. It didn't work.
And she created you instead.
Yes. She was not happy with the end product.
Well, that is her loss. And my gain. She lost a daughter, or potential daughter, and I gained one.
Aww.
Lily will hug you.
Ah,
Hug you
I
back.
like how you said it in the Lily voice. Lily will hug you. I like thinking that she like announces it.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah, she does. What do you think I say it out loud for?
And Nira says, and Nira will accept the hug.
Nero doesn't hug back, he just accepts it.
We need to have a scene where Lily hulks out just so we can hear Lily smashed. Lily smashed!
I think it'd be Lily activates smash mode and then crash.
Now, I guess since you told me what happened with you, I should tell you what happened with my wife, or late wife, rather.
Only if you want to. I just told you to make me feel better.
It did.
Turns out Lily's a selfish bitch.
No, that's Rinstick.
Slam dunk.
Would you like to hear my tale?
Yes, go ahead. I was waiting.
Sorry. We're screwing around. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, you know my harmonica that I know keep with me. The one that
Yes.
the one I tell you to make sure anything I have in my possession. That's the one thing you need to make sure I always come back with.
Yes, that's why I picked it up when we were in that place.
Well, as of now, I do not have. It's not in my possession anymore.
Why not?
Whenever we blacked out from the Dragonfall, I woke up to the sound of of the harmonica in a song which I have not only heard from two people, myself and my late wife. I followed the sound on top of a hill where a tree was reciting. I went around the tree and I saw someone playing the harmonica. My vision was hazy until it cleared and I saw it was her.
Your wife?
Yes, I saw my wife.
How did that make you feel?
Lily the therapist.
She's taken the monocle and fake mustache and the notepad.
Now I'm the one
Takes
sitting
it
like, on
off
the
of his
floor.
face.
Yeah, and she's like shoved him onto the couch and got into the therapist chair.
Yeah. I feel happiness, sadness, joy.
Please do not do that again, Chelsea.
Okay.
But after we talked, it was good to reminisce in what we talked about. And I've come to a predicament in my mind.
A predicament?
She told me I needed to move on.
How did that make you feel?
Happy and sad at the same time. Because I want to move on, I do. I've been trying to do it for years. Don't get me wrong. But on the other hand, I just don't want to simply forget.
I do not believe she told you to forget about her. Cherish the memories that you hold of her, but do not linger on them. Keep moving forward. You can't hear it, but Chelsea's singing Keep Moving Forward in the background.
That's okay. I
Just
don't
keep
know.
swimming.
Just
keep
keep
swimming.
swimming.
I don't know how to move forward from this.
It is okay. We can figure it out together. One step at a time. And then we can stop the scene there. Or unless you want to say something else.
No, that's it.
You're still muted.
You have to go to dinner now? Because that was your dad coming in earlier? or-
Yeah, yep.
No, that's
All
fine,
right.
buddy.
I will be back because I do want to do a scene with Scoot, but that's definitely where we're gonna have to pick up. So, burp for like half an hour-ish.
That's fine.
Alright, we'll see you back at around 7:10ish.
Bye.
Bye.
Alright, I'm back.